All right. Super life. Life is super. 1 moment. All right. Wow, wow, wow. Super excited. Super excited. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is Prakash, your MC for today. And it's glad to have all of you, 35 participants here, joining from global, from different part of the world. I really appreciate all of y'all in the midst of busyness. Today is Saturday morning and evening, afternoon, all right? You are still spending some time. You're willing to come here to join. I really feel great about that. And with all the blessings, we all are connected here, all right? So I'm really thankful to the universe for make this opportunity for us to get together, to gain some knowledge, to share some knowledge, all right? To learn, to teach, all right? To unlearn. That's most important, to unlearn and learn, and to teach and to coach and to share and to care, right? Ladies and gentlemen, today's session is going to be most exciting session because we have, number of speakers, right? International speakers, local speakers. They're going to come here and are not to take anything from us, not to take anything, but they're going to share. They're going to give, all right? Because it is said in this industry, as much as you give, you gain. As much as you give, you gain, all right? So not taking too much of time. Our first speaker going to be Mr. Manivanan, all right? He's one of the best speaker, I would say. And then we have Dr. Nawa, the third speaker, and then we have Dr. Edwin, the fourth speaker, Dr. Janani, and fifth, Master Yutu Kumar. And as a closing grace, we're going to have Mr. Paul and Mr. Lai Tekken going to join us as well, all right? So super duper excited. We got close to about 38 more are coming still, all right? The time is now like 3:35 in Malaysia. And yep, we're gonna start now. All right. Let me see who is here. Right. I love to do this. I love to do this. All right. Yeah, we already have Dr. Nawa is here, Mr. Manivanan is here. All right, Janet is here, Bashir, Betty, Mr. Pon Endiran, Hilda, Miss Alice Jabu, and John Kajamon, Shaikh Raj, and Sundar, Mano, Meena, Muniandi, Maidili, Nalla Muthu Parameswari, Rajkumar, Rajakumar, Ruby Sakre, Sami, Shanti, and Svet. All right, glad to have all of you all here. All right, I'm going to pass this floor to the moderator right now. Okay, to the moderator. We're going to take this session slowly, and he's going to introduce one by one the speakers. Okay, for that, we have our Dr. Mahadevan here. All right, one of our coach, one of our master, one of our, I would call like a godfather here, right? So I'm going to call Dr. Mahadevan to take this session from here onwards. Dr. Maha, are you there, sir?
Of course, I'm here, Prakash.
Glad to have you, sir.
All right, all right. Yes, I thank every one of the spirits here. Let me just put okay. Thank you so much for everyone to be here. If this morning we got breath, let's say thank you. After we have breath, the other asset we have is called time. And once you have time, then you have another asset that's called people. So breath, time, and people. That's the most important thing that we need to enjoy this life, guys. Whether you want to enjoy this life big way or small way is totally up to you. Whether you want to enjoy this life big way or small way is totally up to you. But wherever you are, you must be happy. And this pandemic, for me, is like a realization to the entire world that happiness is the most important thing. Happiness is the most important thing and the most vital thing. And today you can see people want to be happy first. If you go to TikTok, it's something crazy and something I must thank that the gentleman who's going to speak here afterwards for really fine-tuning my mind about just 1 week ago. All this idea came just 1 week ago, guys, because when I sat down with him for just 3 hours, I saw where this world is going the next 5 years. When I was 22 years old, my mentor then told me this: whenever you want to do something, always have a project 5 years. And if you can, go into a time machine and pick the newspapers of then come back and work your way towards that. And our work, guys, It's everything is related to people. Whether you're a doctor, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're an engineer, whether you're an employee, whether you're a businessman, whether you're a father, whether you're a child, it's all people, 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 guys. We cannot run away from people. The first person we cannot run away is a person you look in the mirror. If you cannot be friends with the friend in the mirror, then how can you be friends with anything or anybody, guys? So today, what we have done is, this is like an evening with friends. An evening with friends. You see, friendship is the foundation for all relationship. If there is no friendship, there is no relationship, guys. Any kind of relationship, whether it's business, whether it's spiritual, whether it's religious, whether it's this or that, any relationship begins with this process. First is called friendship. I friend you, you friend me, I like you, like me. Call it what language, we have that first. Then secondly, it's called courtship. Then we have courting each other for some kind of business, some kind of partnership. Then after the courting, when it comes to the next one, is called partnership. But partnership can never happen if there is no most important tool, guys. And I call it LOVE, lots of vibrating energy. My energy must vibrate and reverberate. My cells must be connected to you. Your cell must be connected to me. Only then that relationship can be a lasting relationship. The 41 of you who are sitting here, you all are the ambassadors of love, designed to come here at this moment of now to listen to this. So don't worry who is here or who is not here. Never worry about that, guys. It takes one seed to create a forest. It takes one matches to burn down the forest. Today, we are given the choice whether to be a seed or to be a matches. So we have very powerful tools now. Just before I came here, I wrote in Facebook, come to learn what is GMI. What is GMI, guys? Everything begins with an idea. There is no idea, nothing happens in the world. Today, you and I enjoying things is because of someone's idea some time back. And that idea came from GMI. What's GMI, guys? Can you all, if you all want to write down, you can write down this before I introduce the next speaker. I'm going to moderate. I'm not going to take a lot of time. GMI means that God made idea. God made idea. Who is this GMI? You and I, guys. Call that God whatever name you want. That is your personal relationship. Don't impose the relationship with anybody else. What I call my wife is my business. In a room, I might call her something. In my toilet, my kitchen, I might call her something. In the thing, I call something. Even in our home, we got so many compartments. So each compartment, we give one name. Kitchen, bedroom. So everywhere we have a different name. Same thing goes to any kind of relationship, even the relationship with the guy called God. So, but he has sent us and he has given a breath to her, say, thank you so much, GMI. Next, what we have what we call as MMI. What is MMI? We have SMS, MMS. What is MMI? What is the MMI, Dr. Maha? What are you trying to say? MMI means man-made idea. You see, if all you need is an idea way for what you want in life, guys, it's just an idea way. Everyone can have an idea. And if you believe in that idea, you focus on that idea, you fall in love with the idea will become an ideal. What is ideal? An idea that I fall in love with. An idea that I fall in love with become an ideal. Then I take this ideal, I share with the people who want to work with me, and then I spread the ideal to you. It doesn't matter which field of dimension you're going into, guys. The word field means firm in energy with love dimension. Doctors, why they call it a field of medical, field of entrepreneurship, field of accountancy, field of taxation, field of this, field of that, guys. Because when you go to the field, you must play the game. You cannot go there and sit down and watch as an outsider. So today, we got some very powerful speakers, some powerful people. They are not going to give you details, guys. They are going to give you essence. Within 2 hours, we cannot expect them to give you details. But today, details are not really important. If you ask me, details are not important unless and until you want to do something specific with that. Details too much in your mind can cause you illness. Today, a lot of people are having a lot of illness, guys. You see, 3 things that we have at any given moment now. One is called wellness. Wellness is GMI based. Wellness is GMI based. But if you don't use it properly, you entertain all kinds of things in yourself, then it becomes illness. Illness is mind based. Then if you don't take care of that at mind level, then it goes to sickness. Sickness is body based. So today we have some wonderful people who are going to give you the right information. They say, let's rock. The word rock means right on correct knowledge. So we are going to give you some very, very powerful people, and all of them, not most of them, all of them are my very close friends, not 1 year, not 2 years, but the last 20, 25, 30 years, guys. So the first person I'm going to call, this person is a very new to me. He just joined our organization, but I'm surprised the kind of credential he has behind him, guys. That's the reason why never underestimate people. You don't know who is sitting with what. Until and unless you work with them, build with them, judge ye not. So ye be not judged. We are not in the game of judging people, guys. We got no time to take care of ourselves, where we got time to take care of other people. So now I'm going to call this first person, and I saw his credential. It really made me wow. This man looks so simple, okay? And this gentleman today, you know, today's world, in TikTok, in Facebook, in WhatsApp, people say, I don't want to bother about your face or profile, everything. I don't want that. Just give me a message that can massage my pain away. Just give me a message that can massage a pain away. But since we have now some prominent speakers here, then I'm going to quickly touch on you on who is this gentleman. His name is Mani Vannan, M. Mani Vannan. Money is when you realize yourself to whom the bell tolls. Money means bell. That means once you have this energy working, you GMI working for you, the money, that bell will ring in your eye. That's why we say bell. The bell will ring and ideas will come. And one who won that is called Mani Vannan. Vannan means one who's won. So he's going to come today on talk about, I call him the connecting coach. Connecting coach. Today, why are we not getting what we are supposed to get? Because we have not learned the art of how to connect the breath, the breath, the mind, the breath, the GMI, and the people. We don't know how to connect. So we have a very powerful gentleman. He is going to talk about the lizard mind. His credential, he is as a life coach, and he is from a very powerful University of Northumbria of Newcastle. And when I saw his working experience, he worked in Mampu, and Mampu for almost 16 over years. I was an income tax person, miss. This guy was a Mampu, and Mampu is a very powerful organization. He was with that, but where we were, what we were is never ever important. Where we are and what we are now is very important. Today is a class of his own, and he's now going to talk to you about lizard mind. Why people are failing even though working hard. So how to come out from that? Let's hear from our one and only Mr. M. Mani Vannan. Mani Vannan, sir, you can go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Good day to all of you. Hope everyone is fine. Okay, why I wish good day? Because I'm sure I don't know who's from which time zone and all that. So I generally wish everyone a good day. Okay. Well, my name is Mani Vannan. Thank you, doctor, for the introduction. This is a wonderful introduction of me. Well, actually, myself, now more into the lizard brain and lizard mind. Why? Is because we as a people always wanted to be very successful in our life. We take all the challenges that actually we have to face in order to be at the one successful place. But what happening right now is we always have this lizard mind keep us failing to move forward. Why? Because this lizard mind is a mechanism created many years ago, okay, by the universe for the human being to defend themselves. Okay, human beings used to live in caves, you know, before they really become the what we are right now. 250 million years ago, they used to live in caves, and they need this lizard mind to keep them alert, all right, from the danger around us. But what happened now is the lizard mind will continue to live within us because of the DNA that we came from. So human being evaluated from many years ago. That particular lizard brain is still stick with you. Okay, you can even call it as a resistance in you. Okay, always that little voice is always in your mind. Okay, to warn you off, and sabotages all your best work that you do. Okay, so what you need to do is you have to identify where this lizard mind is sitting in your brain. Okay, that's the first thing you need to do. You have to identify, why is it in me? Okay, it's all not your fault, actually, if you ask me. It is not your fault, it's not my fault, it's not nobody's fault. It is created by the universe for us to be alert and be careful of surrounding, so that you will be safe from the environment. But now, in this modern world, that mechanism is become a outdated mechanism. That defense mechanism doesn't work for you anymore. So what you have to do is take that out. How do you take that out? Very simple. You must learn how to talk to yourself at least once a day. Talk to yourself like, sometimes people might see you, you are talking to yourself, but people don't know whether you are talking to yourself or you are talking on the phone when you are driving, right? So nowadays, like quite common, people think, or probably he's on hand-free talking to someone. But what about 25 years ago, if you talk on the car while you're driving, people think you're mad. That nobody has a hand-free those days. Fortunately, I had this habit from young. I used to talk to myself. I used to talk to myself when I was driving, when I go for walk and all that, because that is the best time to talk to yourself. Why you need to talk to yourself? Because you have to start to learn who you are and what is your best in you. All that you have to learn. So in order to learn that, you have to learn how to talk to yourself. That's one thing. Secondly, you will create a powerful inner voice in you. Inner voice, okay? Meaning that whatever that's pop up in your mind, you must learn how to fight yourself first. Okay, if let's say negative thoughts are appearing in your mind, okay, or resistance appearing in your mind, you must learn how to fight it yourself. Okay, that is why I said the lizard mind is the main reason is cause all that little voice. Like for example, you are facing a new challenge. First thing what will happen is the lizard mind will start to pop up like this and start to tell you, hey, are you sure you want to take this challenge? And then you start to look around, look left, right, and say, hey, better do. There's a lot of danger, there's a lot of changes. You have to look, you're going to struggle and all that. And then you pop up back again, pop in back again. Each time when you take a new challenges, face new challenges, the lizard mind will pop up first. You'll start to think of all the defending thing to make you feel, like what do you call that? The exact word, like very anxiety, the useless anxiety in you. Okay. So what you need to do is you have to fight it. You have to fight it with your inner voice. How you need to make your inner voice powerful. You have to talk to yourself while walking, while driving, and all that. Learn how. Those don't have the habit, create that habit. Start to learn, and then you start to fight the lizard mind. One. Secondly, why this lizard mind came into your brain is the DNA's evolution. Okay, the first thing when we are a human being before becoming the total full human being, we all created from the bacteria. Okay, from bacteria, then a lot of evolution take place. Then we become lizard, fish, lizard, monkey, then perfect human being. So when we evaluated from lizard, the lizards start to form in a brain, alert brain. So that particular DNA is still continue with us, okay? And of course, before we reach the human, complete human, there's a monkey brain as well. Monkey brain will create a chaos in you, laziness in you, and all that. The one also you must know how to fight it. After that, of course, the conscious brain, where human being right now, the perfect human being are using it almost every day. Okay, so the lizard brain is the main reason why it's keeping you what you call from facing the challenges, and then face it with a braveness and all that. So shut the lizard brain down. Okay, actually this session I will take 2 hours to complete. Okay, I have in the process, I have 5 topics in before I jump into the lizard mind. Since 15 minutes is given to me, so this is the main point I'm giving you. Okay, so the lizard brain is the main reason for you to not moving forward. So to fight the lizard brain, you have to know how to talk to yourself, shut the brain down with the inner voice. Okay, practice it every day. Okay, until you realize that you already learned how to fight it against the lizard mind. Okay, those who don't have an idea what is a lizard mind, you can even Google it. Now they have a lot of articles about the Google mind, get an understanding of a Google, the lizard mind, and start to fight each time when it's pop up when you take a new challenges in your life. Okay, if you join what do you call super life, okay, you have to meet a lot of people, but you'll be thinking that how am I going to meet this guy? He's doing so good. Is he okay? Will he listen? All that question mark appeared is because of the lizard mind. Okay, shut the mind down, go forward, talk to them, don't care what is the feedback like, right? Just talk to them and get your result right, and then keep moving forward. Okay, so I think I've reached the 15 minutes. Okay, I came out with a very precise and straight to the point. If you all have any interest to know more about this, I'll have a session sooner or later. I will advise doctor. Then we'll have a complete session about this lizard mind, how to understand completely about the lizard mind, how to throw that out, how to fight it against Satan, all that. Okay, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I hope I give you all the a good point for you to realize and understand. And thank you so much.
All right. Wow. What a gem of a coach. Thank you, Mr. Manimanan sir. Sometimes you don't know. Yeah, sometimes you don't know your own power. Sometimes we don't know the power beside us. Anyone can be very powerful. Okay. Guys, please do not raise your hands now. Just listen, or you are not putting your voice. Prakash, help the Vijay guy. He's not having an audio. All right. So, guys, listening power is the greatest power. You hear with your ears, you listen with your heart. When someone is talking, the most powerful thing that we can do is listen. L-I-S-T-E-N is listen. S-I-L-E-N-T is silent. When you silence yourself and listen, your cells will do the talking for you later. So what I gather from him in a gist, today we are giving you the essence, guys. We want to help people, to enrich people. The last 2 years during the pandemic, what we did was, I think so I would have spoken to 1 million or 2 million people, absolutely free. It's the giving you shall receive. We are going back to the ancient ways where 3 things are not supposed to be charged from ordinary people. Number 1 is food. Number 2 is education. Number 3 is love and care and compassion. We don't charge all that. So basic things we are supposed to give them. And then we nurture and help each other. From there, we create things. If I have a mango in my house, I give you mango. If I have a guava in your house, you give me guava. That was called barter trade, and people were living happily ever after. Today, we are having a lot of issues because everything is tied down to money. What I saw in the pandemic was everything was closed down. All money-related things were closed, guys. But what happened? We were still able to connect with each other without any money brigade, but breach of hearts. That is what that brought us up, guys. Simple people become ample. Today, ample people, if you want to work with simple people, we all have to become simple, guys. Simplicity is ample city. And we are giving people like Mr. Manivandan, he's only 40 something, to give a chance to raise himself. I'm 61 years old. At the age of 22, I was made to see the simplicity of life, guys. Let me just quickly tell with you that lizard mind is the most thing that stops us. And he spoke about self-talk. Once I was coming back from somewhere and I was walking down to walking down from the bus to my income tax department. My friends above were all looking at me. When I reached the division, they say, "What were you talking? You know, you're talking to yourself all the way from there." So you see, guys, sometimes we don't realize we self-talk more than we talk to other people. And the self-talk is the killer of all killers. So I thank him for him to give us this very powerful session. Lizard mind. Remember lizard mind. Now, when you know the word lizard mind, just go on Google, guys. Just go and ask ChatGPT, what's lizard mind? And it will tell you everything. Then come back and sit down with him one of these days and then work with him. Then you'll have more deeper and deeper. To know is one thing. I know this is a glass of water because I studied this is water. I know it's water when I see it. Then I studied in school this H2O. But only when I drink it, I realize this is water. Most of us are gathering information. We are very good information collector. If you work in income tax, you will be praised because you'll be a good tax collector. Don't collect too much information, guys. Information must have reformation and then transformation. So today we have powerful people. Thank you, Mr. Manivanan sir. It was fantastic opening for me. I was wanted someone to kickstart very well. So next person is a very old friend of mine. We grew up together. We grew up in a place called Jaya Lighthouse. And never forget your past, guys. Whatever you do, however big or small you are, always thank where you came from. In Tamil, we say Nandri Marawa. That means don't forget the past, attitude of gratitude. And that place brought a lot of people like a melting point for us to come together, to work together, to build together. And that's where we realized that we have so much of uniqueness in us. And Nawa Ramachandran, Dr. Nawa Ramachandran now. Let me just, please forgive me if I call her personal name because we were so close that time. So Dr. Nawa Mani Ramachandran. In fact, her very name means infinite. Nawa means infinite. 9 is an infinite number, guys. Okay. Nawa Mani means one who has realized the infinity within. And this powerful lady, I have been watching her, how she has grown over the years. And she's a child specialist, NLP specialist. And she is also a very powerful contributor with GoPO or Indian Association. The works goes on, guys. Afterwards, we will send all their profiles for you to know. But details are not important if you don't understand the essence. I always repeat this. Don't go for details if you don't get the essence. So today, Dr. Navamani Ramachandran, she was going to share with you why she has been so prolific in your life. And as I was calling all these people, Dr. Nawa, all the speakers, they were all very busy. She was in Sabah conducting a program for a child. And then she said, readily agreed. That's what I like about that. And then the other person was very tired after one whole day's training. He said, I'm so tired, chief. I don't even know the time. I said, anyway, I'll come. And one person was traveling from one state in India to come back after 3 days of program. So these are not ordinary people, guys. They are ordinary people who have become extraordinary through their own chiseling of themselves. The word chiseling is very important word, guys. You chisel your charisma means chisel. Charisma is a Latin word, means chiseling the unwanted thing in you and then bringing in the best out of you. One is lizard mind. Let's hear what Dr. Nawa has. Over to you, Dr. Nawa.
Good day, good afternoon, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, okay. I'm delighted to be here today at this super global forum, and I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Maha for inviting me to collaborate with all of you. I've been working as an early childhood educator for the past 38 years, and throughout my career, I have had privilege of training over 1,000 teachers in the field of early childhood education. And additionally, I have also conducted numerous parenting courses, both online and in person. It has been an incredible journey, and I'm thrilled to share my experience and insight if time permits. One significant development in my professional journey was when I completed my master practitioner's training in neuro-linguistic programming, which is called NLP. And this training has provided me with valuable sets of tools and techniques that I have incorporated into both my teacher's training as well as my parents' training programs. However, it is also important to emphasize that NLP is not merely something that you learn through a manual or a textbook. NLP is an active process that requires action and practice. Just as you can't learn how to ride a bicycle simply by reading a manual without actually getting on the bike, you cannot truly learn and apply NLP without actively participating its principles or practicing these principles. In my talk today, I'm just going to emphasize the significance of putting this NLP into action, especially with your kids. I'm not sure how many of you here have got younger children, or you may have grandchildren already, like me, it is not enough to have a theoretical understanding of NLP concepts. It is important to truly harness the power of NLP. We must actively engage in its techniques, exercises, and also the strategies. And by doing so, we can unlock its full potential and achieve transformative results in both our personal and professional lives. Just as the earlier speaker mentioned, the lizard brain or lizard mind, you need to program it, and that's what NLP is all about. I look forward to share this particular knowledge and experience through my slides. I may not go through in detail the slides as the time does not permit, but let me just share my slides with you. Okay. Right, as you can see here, we can raise our children using neuro-linguistic programming, yeah? And all of you can see my slide, right?
Yes, now we can see.
Yeah, some of the NLP tools that you can actually use is the communication model and the presuppositions of NLP, nurturing the self-belief in kids, using representational systems, and then behavior modification, and also using strategies with kids. We all have strategies to do so many things. Everything has got strategy. So only if you know how to use these strategies, you will be able to, modify their behavior. You will be able to even communicate with them in a proper manner. Now, very briefly, this NLP has got certain benefits. It will help you to know what is that you want and how to get it. It helps you to build stronger, deeper relationship, enhance your self-confidence and self-esteem. It strengthens your ability to connect with others. It puts you on the driving seat of your life, and it enables you to communicate more effectively and also persuasively. That's NLP. And a lot of people come and learn NLP just because they want to become better salespeople. So I actually thought this will really help with parents, because you need to win your children, especially in this, technological situation, as Devan mentioned, that, we are in an AI world and all that. It helps you to perform at your best for more of the time. It changes our limiting beliefs about yourself and the world. It enables you to be even more creative. It helps you to control the way you think, feel, and act, and also enables you to accomplish your personal and professional goals. Now, as I mentioned earlier, our representational system, we all know we have this 5 senses, all right? The visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, and gustatory. Olfactory is related to our smell, and gustatory is referring to our taste. See, the words we use to label our experience are very important. So whatever, as you see, the external event, whatever we see, and then how we filter it. We filter it in 3 manners: distort, generalize, as well as delete. And then it goes into our internal representation, and then it makes you whatever state you are, and then your physiology will change, or your behavior will change after this internal representation. Why am I bringing this representation? It relates to what is that our children are doing, when they look through visual, they look, they picture, they see, imagine, clear, and then in auditory, they hear the sounds, tell me, resonate, ideas, and kinesthetic, which is the feel, touch, comfortable, connect, fits, and the digital part is making sense, thinking, thought, process, and logical order, all these things. So these representational systems are so important. That's the key for our dealing with children, our communication with children. And in another part of NLP, there are 14 presuppositions. These presuppositions are the convenient assumptions or the guiding principles for excellence. And I'll just go through very fast with you the respect of the other person's model of the world. All right. So when we give respect, we know how to relate to other people. It is so important. This is one of the presuppositions of NLP. And our behavior and change are to be evaluated in terms of the context and ecology, which is the life, mind, and body are one system. Went to the other, okay. And the third one, people are not their behaviors. We always see a certain situation from a person and we straight away say, oh, like for example, our children, oh, very naughty. It is not the person, it is that particular behavior. So don't assume that this person is all the time like that. So people are not their behaviors. And the fourth one, every behavior has a positive intention. Everyone is doing the best they can with the resources they have available. And number 5, resistance in a client or a child is a sign of lack of rapport. So if only we give them a better rapport, they will not be resisting to whatever you are doing. Number 6, the map is not the territory. The word we use are not the event or the item they represent. So children respond to their map of the world and not yours. So you must understand that. And number 7, the meaning of communication is the response you get. As a parent, the responsibility of communicating with your child lies with you. You know, there are many times when you might have said something and your child seems to think that you said something else or misunderstood you. Do not blame your child for this because they did not get what you meant. So think of a different way of communicating the same thing. And number 8, the law of requisite variety, where the system or the person with the most flexibility of behavior will control the system. So you don't have to be rigid, you got to be flexible. Number 9, calibrate on behavior. The most important information about a person is that person's behavior. So you need to calibrate, like how that person in front of you is responding, you calibrate and they will then be with you. They will be like you, for example. And then number 10, you are in charge of your mind and therefore your results. And I'm also in charge of my mind and therefore it's my results. So remember, you are in charge. Number 11, people have all the resources they need to succeed and to achieve their desired outcome. Number 12, all procedures should increase wholeness. Number 13, there is no failure, only feedback. So whatever we do, there is an outcome desired or not desired. So it does not mean that there has been a failure. So don't take things as, oh, I failed. It's only something that you can get better. All procedures should be designed to increase choice. So people make the best choices available to them. So with children, it's the same. So these are the 14 presuppositions in NLP. And of course, as I mentioned to you, the rapport. And do you all know that, in our outcome, whatever desired outcome that we want, in order to be able to establish rapport with any person at any moment in time, the process is like this. There are 7% is words, 38% is tone of voice, and 55% is physiology. And this happens in the conscious part, okay? And then 38%, the voice is unconscious, 55% is unconscious. So a lot of times we don't realize whatever we do, we are doing it unconsciously, but the conscious part is what we are all focusing. So in NLP, what we do is we tap into our unconscious mind. We reprogram or we program it, like what Manivannan mentioned, the lizard brain. It is a reptilian brain, you know. So in order for you to have that fight, flight, or even to have the survival instinct, you need to go back to how your unconscious or your subconscious mind and how you can actually train it in order for you to make full use of the unconscious part. Okay, so here when people are like each other, they like each other. So the rapport is a process of responsiveness. So here in your tonality or your words or your physiology, you have to focus on how much are you actually using all these parts. So the rapport is established by matching and mirroring is one of the NLP tool, and the major elements of rapport by you mirroring and matching them. Okay, of course, I can explain to you in detail when I actually do this particular, module. And there are 5 things that you must do to increase self-belief in kids. Be a good role model. I will share this PDF copy in the chat group afterwards. So for you, those of you, you want to use it, you can use it later. And then we parents have to be a good role model. Focus on the positives in life. We get what we focus on. If you only focus on negative, and that's what's going to happen. You keep on telling your child, you're good for nothing, you're good for nothing. That's what is going to happen. So look at the positives in your child and make your child feel like, wow, I am good in whatever that I'm doing. Number 3, be aware of your language. Children can be very, very sensitive to things people say about them or to them, okay? And number 4, create a powerful vision. I'm sure you all have your goal, vision board and things like that. Whatever you do, you try to do that even with your children. What are your dreams? What are your goals? And make a vision board and let them look at it and aim high for it. And allow them space to succeed. Children need opportunities to demonstrate their competence and feel that their contribution is actually valuable, whether they are at home, get them to help with cooking, setting up the table, or making the beds. It's so useful to step back and let your child take risks, make choices, solve problems, and stick with what they start. So with that, these are the 5 things that I shared with you. Do not hesitate to contact me or follow me for more info on NLP parenting. You can actually visit my website and follow me on my YouTube or Instagram, and feel free to give a call or something. Okay, and that's about it. Thank you very much, Dr. Maha, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, my good friend. Okay, Dr. Nawa. Yes, I was telling her, do you remember the time when you were in Jaya Life, you're all ordinary people coming from ordinary homes and trying to struggle to come up. And today, that melting point that where we came to, we must thank that, and we must thank those people who prepared that melting point for us. So thank you, Nawa. Thank you so much, Dr. Nawa. And, guys, I have this concept called catch them young. Whatever you want to do, catch them young. If you want to do something for your children, best is catch them young. Thank God when we started our career, the children, my son was not born yet, my daughter was not born yet, but this exposure at that time and that place gave us a lot of awareness, guys. Awareness before change, ABC. And that awareness before change will help you. If you have not conceived your child, your brain cells will change, your cells will change, the cells will have new information, a different child will be born if you have not conceived. Those of you who are single here, whatever information here, this information is good enough. Now, those of you who have already got a child, then you can change yourself to give them better. And another thing, guys, whether you are 61 years old like me or 16 years old, it's the same. I always feel myself, to a child, I will talk like an adult. To an adult, I talk like a child. And I always listen to children, I talk to adults. Whenever I listen to children, I learn new things from them, guys. I listen to people much younger than me because they are all evolving in even bigger ways. I could be 61 years old. The young person can be 40 years old. I don't know how old the light energy is. So I always learn from young people. So thank you, Mr. Nawa, Ms. Nawa, Dr. Nawa. You gave us two essence that's very important. Whatever you want to do, you must start it right. My formula for success is three things: start it right, choose the right, and finish it right. Do not come to do anything if you're not willing to start it right. A child has chosen you to come to your home because the child wants to finish the journey right. That's why the child came to you. So the child's foundation is very important. My wife, being a well-trained teacher, she always tells me primary school is more important than secondary school. Don't worry about secondary school. Don't worry about university. Give them the primary, very important. And Nawa is that specialist from child alone and then raising them up. Okay.
Preschool.
Pardon?
Preschool.
Preschool.
Yes.
He's a preschool specialist. So preschool is very, very important, guys. In London, in UK, they will never even allow the child to hold a pencil until a child is 5 years old, because holding a pencil also decides the mind power, brain power. Okay. So thank you, Dr. Nawa. Thank you so much. Two things: start it right, and then choose the right and finish it right. Another thing is, very important thing is, catch them young, and then YES. I have a program called YES that I did in India before the pandemic. Okay, the YES program is Youth Empowerment Seminar. We all are here to empower the youth in people. So let us do that. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now the next speaker. I told you that you don't know where that your ideas can come from. 3 hours a session of breakfast, I call it breakfast tea club. Mrs. M. Bala is Dr. Nawa. Her husband, M. Bala, myself, and another gentleman called Salendra, we used to have a Saturday breakfast meeting. And all three of us are a different team, different distinct, but we all sit down together every Saturday to come up with ideas and brainstorm ideas to improve our business or to improve ourselves. And that Saturday meeting is a very prominent meeting, guys, in a place called Grand City. And it brought the grand out of us. And Mbala is a prominent business person and prominent heading something. And Salendra is also a very prominent person now because of the small meetings we used to have. When two or more minds come together, mastermind is created. And then after that, you don't worry about mind because the master will take over. And that master energy will only work when two or more minds come together. Just 1 week ago, maybe Friday, I sat with this young man, and then I sat down, I asked him, I tell you, he just came back from trips to Chennai, and then to Telangana, or even to Mumbai, and even to Mumbai. And the way he shared with me about what's going to come, I tell you, it's mind-boggling, guys. You think we know everything, actually we don't know nothing. So I'm going to call this gentleman, and his name is Dr. He has got his credential. When I share his credential, it goes in pages. And that's how powerful he is at this young age. And I know him maybe another 15, 20 years ago. And I have got a tribute of gratitude to him because it was his father who was instrumental for me to go for my first trip to India for my spiritual part. And I must thank him for that. I must always value that. And then this man, Dr. Edwin Anand bin Anandan, I tell you, brilliant guy. And he was instrumental for my son to start off his music. And he was also instrumental for some ordinary Malaysians to become top. And recently, Big Boss, there's a figure, and he's the man behind that. Young man, but very powerful. Let's hear from him where we are heading as far as AI is concerned, as far as social media is concerned, as far as life is concerned. Dr. Edwin, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Maha. Such kind words, a bit too much of kind words, very overwhelming. Thank you very much. This is my first time here for your discussions and your training programs and networking. So my name is Edwin Anand. I am actually very much involved in the music industry. I own a music label. I do publishing. I also have a doctorate in natural medicine because my father made me study that. So Dr. Maha, you know what my dad very He said, if you want to learn about my business, you got to study it. So I studied that in Kolkata for about 2 years. I came back.
GHA, Global
Yes.
Health Activist.
Yes.
Okay.
Since I am in the music industry, I'm very much connected to all the latest happening that is currently right now in the in the era of IT, like you would say. And the current development that is happening this year, 2023, is what we all call AI. I'm very glad, Dr. Maha, you have actually tried using the Chat GPT, and I think it would have been like mind-boggling, brains explosions in in your mind, that how this particular application is helping us today. So what I'm going to talk about right now is information. Talk about the saturation of information that is happening in the world today, and then why we can't find proper information online because it's too cluttered, right? And AI generative text, you could say ChatGPT, is helping us to clear the clutter and figure out what we can, how well we can use it. It helps in, I think, in most industries right now. It's already helping in the transportation industry, in the healthcare industry. It is also helping in the music industry. The other day, while I was sitting down and talking to Dr. Maha over breakfast, and I was telling that you must imagine the AI as if it is your own personal assistant in the computer, right? Which means that you can ask it any question, and if you did have a good relations with your AI in the computer online, it most probably will end up figuring you out or becoming a representation of you online. That was what I told him the other day. And of course, in order to use this AI, like what I like what Dr. Nawa was telling, how she used NLP. Linguistic language is a very important thing. Without proper language education, you would not know how to use the AI, because you are required to articulate what exactly you want from it, word to word. So it's very important that a human being know how to express. If people are worried today that AI is going to take over our lives, yes, definitely. It's just like how the tractors took over the farm jobs. AI is going to take over some kind of other job, but we humans will eventually find other jobs and other what do you call, technology in the future. So what I'm trying to say is that you are required to know how to articulate and express yourself in proper words. Currently, right now, the English language, but as time goes by, in a couple of months, most probably in any language, the AI will be able to understand you. So that is that. The AI softwares or the AI system that is currently online, the first one I'd like to introduce you guys is called ChatGPT. ChatGPT, it's an amazing software. I mean, the first time you install it, it's like installing WhatsApp. It just have a space below like that for you to type whatever question you want to ask. You can ask any kind of questions. It can not only give you or provide you information that you want, it can decipher the information for you. It can also plan your day, even for today's talk. I did ask ChatGPT to give me 5 points what I can talk about, and this is the 5 point that it showed to me for me to talk. So it can show you the points, but it cannot sit down and what do you call, elaborate it even further to fit the human nature. So that's where we come in. So it's a very good assistant. I am recommending everyone in any industry or any kind of business that you're doing for you to use this AI technology to benefit you. It's very important. It is not something that just because it's language based you can learn. There is a learning curve, and you need to start using it first. It's not like in school. In school usually you study, and then with whatever that you studied in the university or college, you're going to apply. But with this particular, because knowledge moves very fast, there's a lot of information coming all at the same time. You're required to install it, use it, and then learn as you go. So that is my recommendation for this. There is also, this is language based. There is also AI technologies that uses visual AI generative softwares. That means if you want a picture, you can upload your picture, any kind of your picture, and then tell the flow, okay, I want to be in the Himalayas, behind the mountain and some snows, and the AI will generate for you an image based on that. Now you ask me, why is this kind of information important? Well, it's very important to give proper representation, visual representation for the stuffs that you want to articulate out. So that is that. I think Dr. Maha is currently also using softwares like Canva for his all his presentations. I find it very nice, very interesting. I also taught him how to use a software called CapCut to boost up his TikTok. All of these softwares are not complicated. It's very user friendly. You can install it in your phone. I would recommend everyone who has a phone to start installing all of these things and then figure your way out. Because each individual have their own what do you call unique approach towards their own language or towards AI. So that is what I'm here for. If you guys would like to ask any questions regarding this, I would be glad to answer. Dr. Maha, do you have any question that you think that our audience?
I'm going to have the QA session towards the end.
Right.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'll ask them to write down and give to Prakash, and he will guide that. All right. So
Okay.
that I want this flow to go.
Is there
Okay.
anything that I missed out? Maybe I can.
No, you covered very well, extremely well. And when it comes to ChatGPT, what the 3 hours you spoke with me,
Yes.
Today my TikTok has gone crazy. Okay. Then algorithm is very important.
Yes, correct.
And one of my TikTok yesterday went up to 1,320 just within nanoseconds. Okay. And you see, but what I realized, the TikTok can go up based on human emotion. Okay. Learning the science is very important, but human emotions is the one that moves the thing. I played one scene of a father and son in Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, sometimes happy, sometimes sad. That one scene shoot up, boom. And I've been sharing about Dr. Kade Ibrahim, who has been my coach from so many years.
Yeah.
His talks has gone up to 60,000, 70,000 in my TikTok.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Okay. Then this particular thing I arranged today is also, I must thank you, because ChatGPT said, two things ChatGPT said. I said, can we write about my business all in Facebook? He said, why you worry about others? You just write anything because it's your wall. Okay.
Yes, that is right.
When I start writing that, today Facebook upgraded me to that I can write on any brands.
Oh.
Okay. So there is a contest between TikTok and Facebook, I think so. Okay. So when you talk here, the guys knows that. All right.
Yes,
so that this is where we have to capitalize and maximize from knowledge.
Yes,
and I mean, all of y'all, like Dr. Nawa also gave fantastic this thing, and I have Manivandan, and I'm going to have individual sessions with y'all later. Okay. So this is just an introduction, and individual section, they can ask questions and all that. And then maybe we can have a classroom and where everybody contributes, because time is precious. Sure. And you all are not ordinary people. So we will organize that, not to worry. All right.
I'll share with you some. I'll share with you some new technology that came up to do this kind of.
Okay.
I'll show you. I'll share with you.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You can use it, and later we can find something. All right.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be here today, Dr. Maha. And I will see you guys towards the end. If you guys have any questions.
Okay, guys, if you all have any question, please write it down or send the questions to Mr. Prakash, our so that we can have an organized way of handling things. Okay, I always believe in something. System is very important.
Yes.
You see, there is chaos and there is order. Chaos is how the universe works. System is how humans work. Without system, there's always chaos. So we have transportation system. We have a lot of systems man-made that has universal system and all that. So system will work with the culture we have, and system is very, very important, guys. Earlier days, I used to say system means save yourself, time, energy, and money. But today, time, energy, and money is being saved by AI. What we need to do, SYS. Okay, can you all write this down? SYS. Sync yourself with yourself. You have to sync with yourself, Don't worry about this word spiritual. Don't worry about this word religion. Don't worry, don't get confused with that, because your relationship with your creator is your business. But what you need to do is you need to sync, S-Y-N-C, or even I can say S-I-N-K also, doesn't matter. Go within yourself, go deeper in yourself, find out that person that is lying down there. Once you find that person, the person will know what to do. Okay. So I'm waiting for the next two speakers to be here. In the meantime, if you all have any questions, you can shoot it out to Prakash now. Prakash will guide and then write down the questions here and ask. But I'm going to call 1 or 2 person to share, just a breather, a break while I get the next speaker in. Okay. So I'm going to call one person to share. Well, let's get somebody from overseas to share. Then we come to local. Okay. Start local, go global. Then we go global, then come back to local. Okay. Let me see who is here. Because okay, I'm going to call Miss Betty from Holland. Okay, Miss Betty, you can unmute and you can share.
Okay.
You want to on the video also, can Betty, if you're comfortable? Okay, you're sorry, I went. You unmute again.
Good morning, everyone. In fact, I have learned a lot. Thank you so much, Dr. Maha, for arranging this. Because I've learned that I can talk to myself, and then I mean, talking to myself will boost my own system. Because sometimes I ask myself, can I do this? But then I leave it. But then I know that if I say, can I do this? It means that I can say to myself that I can do it. And I also learned that about children. See, I have a grandchild, and when he comes home, he's sometimes very, very, I won't say aggressive, but he's sometimes very sad. So I sat down with him, you understand, I asked him what is happening. Then he tells me that, oh, sometimes if he wants to play with somebody, or he wants to play with a toy, they don't want to give it to him. Then what the doctor said was really true. Sometimes we should not judge the child. We should sit down with the child, talk to the child, and know, because sometimes the child has got a problem at school. And if we don't listen to the child, we will always have to punish the child. So in fact, I have to tell my daughter about this. So I've learned a lot. And coming down here to know about the system to use, AI, and then this GTP chat. Once I asked a question about Super Life and everything, I said, I don't want its name to come on Facebook. But then he told me that, okay, if I don't want the name to come on Facebook, it's good, because if I talk about the company, I'm promoting the company, so I should promote myself. So thank you so much for all this. Super Life is super. And thank you for the opportunity.
Super Life is super. Yes.
Yeah, I have another question, because the guy talked about AI and then GTP, but he's and then Canvas, but he talked about another app. I didn't get it. If you can really give it to me.
CapCut, C-A-P-C-U-T, CapCut.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for giving such a point. Dr. Mahat, God bless you, because all this is very free. Over here, you pay 3,000 for that, you know. So thank you for giving us all this free of charge. It's a good nugget. And I'm asking everyone who is here that Dr. Mahat has put in a lot of effort, and all those who came here has given us a lot of good nuggets. We should use it. Applied knowledge is what? It's good. Not listen to it and then leaving it. So Super Life is super. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Miss Betty is actually from Holland. I didn't know, Betty, you lived also in South America. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So, yeah, today the world is becoming a global village, guys. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter how you live there. But if you can connect with people around the world, like Miss Betty, I never met her for almost 2 years. I only met her recently in Switzerland when we had to go for our trip. Then I met her physically there. And, but it was as though I've already met her a long time ago. So we will never meet if you're not meant to meet. I repeat that. We will never meet if you're not meant to meet. And we meet only for 3 reasons. One is to cleanse our past, whatever that cyclic, this thing, like what they call in Lion King. There are only 2 ways you live your life. Circle of life, which is 97% of us. We are common and we are plain because we always complain. So that is the circle of life. There are other higher energy is called wheel of fortune. And wheel of fortune is open for everybody. just as how the lower level is. So it's our paramount duty to raise ourselves up. Nobody is going to do that for us. And a lot of openings are given to us through what we call as opportunity. And we call it window of opportunity. And William Shakespeare said it very well. There comes a time in the affairs of men, a wave, when taken at the flood, will take him to greater heights. To me, the pandemic was a wave, guys. And that wave raises up us higher. And that higher is the cloud CEO that we can become. Today, it looks like as though you're sitting in a house, I'm sitting in the house, we have actually raised up in the clouds. The ancient times, they call this Vimana. You see, mana means that your whole self that you can use to sometimes to destroy yourself if you're not careful. V means you know the right knowledge, you know the higher knowledge. You see, there are two kinds of knowledge. Success is Jaya, Vijaya means higher energy. So when I know the higher energy of me, that means I have a specific purpose to deliver here, then that will raise me to higher. That's why they call it Vimana. So when you found that, and that will become your purpose, and you don't have to worry about life again, guys. The day you find that, you will love life. Like I see Dr. Nawa, she's enjoying what she loves, because last 38 years, 38 years of her life, I've been seeing that for last almost 20 over years. And then Dr. Edwin, when that guy speaks, I listen because he's so passionate about what he's doing. And I can see that now in my new friend and Mr. Maniwanan. Even though Maniwanan was with us for some time, today we are being exposed, guys. So you see, you don't know until you know. I repeat, you don't know until you know. We think we know, we actually don't know. But until we really go within and find out, we will know so many things. So I'm going to call another person, Mr. Jabu from London. And Mr. Jabu is actually a very serious player. And I know he is learning and he's going to hit one day. Okay, let's hear from Mr. Jabu. Mr. Jabu, you can unmute and share. You can also on your video if you're not in the bus.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. I'll put you in the spotlight now. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Maha. Oh, that's brilliant. It's good to be with you guys here, and I'm learning so much, and so much of this already coming from the speakers that I've got, and I've got questions, which I know definitely at the end of the day, I'll get to it. It's not good to be in this late section. So, so much
your line is breaking up. Your line is breaking up. Come closer. Yeah.
Let me change.
Okay.
Is it still the same?
Okay. Go ahead.
Am I clear now?
Yeah, clear.
All right. Yeah, I think in this atmosphere that we're in, really, there's so much that we can do, especially nowadays, knowing that jobs are not, we cannot stay in the jobs. There's no guarantee to be in a job. They always say, JOP, just over broke. You don't know what will happen. Anything can happen to me today. If I could lose my job, where would I be? But I'm so happy that I've come into this atmosphere of networking, and I know at the end of the day I can just switch to it full time and all this. Learn so much, and I'm learning so much already. I was reading this book where there's a quotation where you say it's like, they always say networking, once we catch, there should be a catch about. People will always say, there's no catching in this business. But he says, no, definitely there is a catch. One catch that is there. There's only one catch left. He says, you must accept temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people, right? Because people will always telling you, this is a scam, this is that. So that's what you have to accept. That's the catch that you have to accept in networking. What you have to do is you detach yourself from the outcome. Like when you're doing a presentation, people will always say no. People will always say it's a scam. But if you attach yourself to that, you'll give up at the end of the day. So just detach yourself from that. It's an outcome that you have to expect. Your initial goal really is to educate and give understanding to the other person. It's not getting a new customer or signing in a new, it's to teach the other person. I come in with my stem cell product. This is what it does. This is what it stands for me. This is what it stands for somebody. So I'm just educating that person and just do just that and live it there. And then at the end of the day, you'll see what happens. You just have to see yourself and bring that passion and focus and enthusiasm into the thing. And coming into such an atmosphere that we have today, like learning it every day, come to the Zoom meetings and learn. You get so many that already I've got a lot from the little bit that we've had. I know you've still got a long way to go. I'm so thankful. Super life, man. Super.
So, Jabu, thank you, Jabu. You know, let me tell you something. Anyone can grow now today with the artificial intelligence. And Mr. Jabu is a professional bus driver who moves people around London. And I call him professional because it's very important. If without him, the people cannot move. He moves the system and he knows the system, he moves the system. Today, don't say that I'm ordinary this, I'm ordinary guy. Nobody is ordinary. Everybody is designed to be where they're supposed to be. And as you take the role very seriously and very passionately, more will come to you. More will come to you. Okay. And our two other speakers are getting ready to come in now. Okay. So while they are waiting now, I'm going to call one more person and to share. And this person is a Malaysian person who has come in to change her life. And then slowly is growing up. And can I have Miss Alice, please? Okay, Miss Alice, if you're there, if you can talk, then go ahead. Otherwise, no issues. Okay, you were somewhere else. Will you be able to speak, Miss Alice? Yeah, you can unmute your video also if you want to. Okay.
Hi, everyone. Good day to all of you, because we are like, you know, the first speaker said that we are in different time zones. You, Dr. Maha, you have brought in like great speakers, you know, and each of them specializing in their own areas. Really, I was thinking about Dr. Nava, you know, very interesting, because sometimes our behavioral patterns are very much like adult behavioral patterns are very much like preschoolers, you know, because I mean, I'm not saying it like a joke. It is true, because sometimes little do we realize that, you know, our behaviors sometimes are very similar when we are tackling certain problems. You know, we come down to their level, you know, and I think from what she has said, you know, sometimes certain things apply to adults too. You know, it's like how you're going to tackle a child, you know, child's behavior. Sometimes it applies to even adults, you know, and that was a great sharing. And also on the artificial intelligence, I don't know why, but you know, Chat GPT, I've heard a lot because my husband has been using it, you know, but I have been told not to download it, and I can't understand why. But you know, someone said, oh, you know, you're sharing all your information to, you know, the whole world, to everyone. I don't know how much of this is true. So I have that fear, you know, in me, because I know there's a lot of valuable information in there. But I keep telling my husband, you know, to research this for me and research that. He does it for me. But I myself do want to do it. But I have that fear, you know. So I just want a little bit of clarification on that. But otherwise,
All right.
this is a great session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Alice. You know, I have the answer for that, but since we have the specialist here, let the specialist answer it. And now, because when I started Zoom also, I used to call people to come to Zoom. Sir, I don't want to come to Zoom. I say, why? Some people steal my money from my bank account. Oh, I see. Then we got some chance to come out from Zoom for a while. Then we go to room. Then I asked them to come to room. Sir, if I come to room means I will have this corona coming to me. Then I told him, you cannot come to room. You cannot come to Zoom. Then how to grow in life? So let's hear from Mr. Edwin how to overcome this. Go ahead, Mr. Edwin.
Hi, thanks for the.
Dr. Edwin.
Well, when you say data, right, your personal data, it's more they usually get your personal data from social media websites. That means if you're already registered to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they already have your information. But the information that they're talking about is like your email, your behavior, you know, what kind of what do you call videos you watch, what kind of sites that you go to. Even Google right now, if you Google something, let's say you like swimming, for example, when you Google something about swimming, now you can see ads that comes and plays in your across all your social media platforms, right? So you can say that, oh, I think they are spying on us and all that stuff. The data that they are concerned about is my social media behavior data, right? They can't steal really important information, no, like your bank account, your IC number and stuff like that. That one they cannot take. When it comes to ChatGPT, it's not even an app that you download. ChatGPT is a web-based. That means you have to go using your browser and then just register, and it's just a chat-based system, you know. So I do not believe that if they did take certain information, are most probably like your location, you know, that means roughly where you're from Malaysia, and then it'll provide you certain details regarding your, it's supposed to actually help us to figure out the exact information that we want, but that is also an issue whereby how they actually use our information, you know, to target ads, they call it. That's how this social media people make money via ads. If you ask me today, is there anything to be are you afraid about? I said I don't think so, because as the world goes into the future, everything will be more open. There is actually nothing that we can hide anymore. So when you say your privacy, not so much of a privacy or private life that we are going to have in the future. Our future kids will know anything and everything that's happening around us. So I personally don't think that it's a very big of an issue on my side. So I hope this answers your question.
All right, definitely, it definitely did, because every one of us, even me, we come from the old school. So definitely we have that that fear, okay, that fear that something can happen to us. But as we go inside, you see, anything that you want to do, guys, one thing is you eye sees, hand must do. That's what I believe. I come from that school where my father was like that. He's a mechanical person. So everything mechanical. I became a better plumber because of my father. I became a better, because he was called as a fitter in the estate where I grew up. So he was fitting into everything. I'm also a very good 35 mm, those days, movie operator. Okay. So, and there were times I open up motorbikes and to pieces, then I put it back together. Even some parts left behind, the motorbikes can still go on. I used to make money when I was a child, a schoolboy. My neighbors, my Malay friend, Chinese friend, their house radios will go off. I will open up the pieces, put it back again. Somehow or other it will sing. So it's all about hands-on, guys. If you don't do hands-on, you cannot learn anything. Okay. If you don't learn hands-on, you cannot learn anything. Okay. Edwin, Miss Alice says thank you for that answer. All right. So you see, guys, very important. Reading will never take you anywhere. What is the difference between the Western ideology and the Eastern ideology? Let me just check quickly on that. Our speaker is actually preparing for his laptop now. He's a very busy guy. You know, the difference between Western ideology and Eastern ideology, whether it's China, whether it's India, whether it's Japan, Eastern ideology is we do first, then we write. Western ideology, they do the research and the write, they give us theory. Until today, you must understand economics is a theory, Keynesian theory. So every 10 years, there's a cycle. They don't know why it's happening. The 10-year cycle is a theory given by Keynesian sometime back. So they give us theory, we have to work on the theory. Whereas the Western ideology, Eastern ideology, they do first, then they don't even write about it. You're going to learn from that. So when I was a beginner, as a rookie in the insurance industry, there used to be a speaker who comes from India. He was an NRI, one of the first NRIs in US, Professor Dr. Udayamurthy. And those days, they have to come to Malaysia first, transit before they go into India. So while they are transit, we'll capture them and ask them to share something for us. There was a movie made on him also by Kamal Hassan. It's called Unnal Mudiyan Thambi, You Can Do It. And when he was giving us a talk, and I was a young man, and then he was sharing, and then he said, all this that the Americans are giving you, it's all came from India. Then I said, then I got up, being young, rebellious. I said, yes, sir. Everything you all kept it for yourself. But the Americans took it, they commercialized it, and they made sure that a layman like us can get. Then he said, young man, you don't know what you're talking about. I said, why, sir? He said, too much information can kill you. Too much information can kill you. Like what Edwin said, one very powerful word. The entire social media is cluttered with information. Today, people too fast, too soon, they get the information. They're not even willing to change themselves internally, but externally, the information comes and gives them the money, gives them the fame, but they cannot handle it. And that's what I'm seeing happen, like the Nasi Lemak Akka in Malaysia, all these incidents. I'm not pinpointing personally to them, but these are the things, some things we can learn from. If we don't have internal change, there cannot be external joy, guys. So today we need to come to learn. And the Americans, they are willing to learn. I see the Americans and the Malaysian Chinese, they're almost the same. The last 7 years, I did nothing but what I'm good at, that's coaching and training people. Before I came in to do this thing that I'm doing now. And that 7 years, I trained a lot of Chinese organization. I trained a lot of Malay organization, Indian organization, whether it's insurance, whether it's network marketing, whether it's corporate, private, government servant and all that. But only one thing I realized between all these people, those people who are doing very well, they will stay back. They will, if I finish at 9 o'clock, or say suppose I finish at 5, they will stay back until sometime 3 hours, 2 hours to digest and this thing. They never let me go. But there are guys who come and then the moment they hit 5, they run away. So if you don't give time to learning, you cannot have time for earning. And that earning you get even without learning, you will never enjoy it. So internal learning is more important than external earning, guys. And the word income means take care of your inner self first and it will come. Your outcome is based on your income. So very important now, we got a lot of information outside that can upgrade yourself, that can change yourself. Nanoseconds. I learned from this young man, Mr. Dr. Edwin, and then I went to ChatGPT. Wow. Let me give you one good example. I checked, okay, what are the 18 years old up to the 35 years are looking for? Then it gave me boom, boom, boom. Then I say, what are the 25 years old and the 50 years old are looking for? Then it give me that. Then what are the 40 years old and above are looking for? Every one of them, I saw what they're looking for. And every one of them, I saw one thing common, health and wealth. Health and wealth. The other part, I saw one thing common, everyone wants mindful meditation. Then I look one common, they want peace of mind. You see, because I know what they want, then I can deliver, guys. If you don't know what people want, you simply shout at that, you're going to shoot at the air. So today you need to work technology like what the founder of iPhone said, Steve Jobs. He said, first understand your customer, then work towards your technology. And the first customer is you and I. When I was training some 125 car salesmen from one very famous company here, long time ago, at that time, there was no internet just coming in. Now I told those guys, what is coming? It's going to be mind-boggling. Before they come to a car showroom, they're not going to know about your car. Then you need to know about your car in depth because the guy will know about your car before he comes. Then they laughed at me. I said, no, that's coming. I told them. And I told those guys. And then I told them the word customer. What is customer? I said, for me, the word customer could have come from the Tamil word custom. Custom in Tamil means difficult. Everybody is difficult to handle, guys. Customanavar in Tamil we say. So I said, if you cannot handle the guy, then how are you going to make the best out of him? He can go to so many showrooms. So if you want the guy to buy from you, then you make sure you know your staff, know your consumer, know your customer. In any kind of business now, it's not about knowing the person who is in front of you. It's knowing the customers inside you. Because today's customerism is different, guys. It's no more passive consumerism. It's all called active consumerism. And we must thank Uber for that. Uber gave us life back, guys. I don't have to go and haggle for taxis and all that. I can put in a system into my system and I can call for a cab. And then if I don't like the driver, I can change the driver. Anywhere in the world, I can do that. If they have this Uber, except for Japan. Then what I can do, I can also use my car to convert. And I tell you, during the pandemic, many Malaysians, many people in the world were saved by Uber, guys. And Uber in German means the best of the best. So I got the best of the best person here now, Mr. Yuti Kumar. And I tell you, this gentleman is very lively, and he needs the whole this thing. He's like me. He needs the whole place to move around. But let me see how he can deliver now. And since our last speaker is already engaged in another one, I'm going to bring her next time, Dr. Janani. She just apologized to me. Doesn't really matter. They have more Q&A session and all that. And then I'm also getting our host, our guest to share afterwards. So, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, let me call upon this young man, okay, who so lively, and I like his concept. I'm not going to talk about his credential much because his credential speaks for itself. When he speaks, it comes like that. But the way he speaks, and I must also thank him. There was a time when I was struggling to come out to this thing, and then I took up this speaking engagement as my profession. There was a time that he was supposed to do, and then his assistant called me, sir, they asked whether you can do it for them. I said, of course I can. For him to sacrifice and give me that for one prominent insurance company, I salute him. And on that day, I was able to have the same stage with the person I respect, Dr. Kadir Ibrahim. Who organized that? Dr. Ujay Kumar. So I always value people who value me at any time of life, guys. Very, very important. So I'm going to call him, let him share now. Over to you, sir. Okay.
Okay, hello everybody.
JK Legacy. Okay.
Thank you very much for this invitation. I mean, first of all, it was a very short notice, for me to come, and suddenly Dr. Maha had given me a title called Master Thinker, which I didn't know it exists in my CV. I thought myself, when did I become a master thinker? But anyway, I do not know, to be honest, what is the objective of this meeting. I'm always a guy who customizes my delivery. What do you, instead of me telling you about thinking and all that. Okay, before I go into that, I would also like to where this word, like he says, ting ting la come from. Yeah, ting ting la came from ting ting la. The la, if those of you are not Malaysians, is a Malaysian slang. Yeah, so it started during the lockdown when I was wanted to become social media relevant. So I created this tagline called "Do something, do anything." It must be it must be positive. It must be relevant. Ting ting la. Now, why this word ting ting la is, I realize, like what Dr. Mao was saying. Today, information is of no shortage. More so with artificial intelligence. Example, GPT, I'm sure is only, most of you know, is one component in the AI world and stuff like that, with stuff like that. So, so the thing is, what is thinking? So I like you to type in the chat room. You want to know, how does thinking will benefit you? You must ask questions. I only have about 10, 15 minutes with you, so I can blabber away. Blabber away, it will not make sense because
brother, you can take, you can
here. Some you might be able to be pick up certain things, some might not. But so ask me question. What has thinking? How can thinking help you in the business environment?
All right.
So go in the chat room, ask me a question. If you want to unmute, ask me a question if that's allowed. So ask me that kind of question. How can thinking can help me in my business? But before you ask me a question, I ask you a question. What is thinking? Ask yourself what is thinking. Type in the chat room. There's no wrong answer. Everything is right based on what you understand. Yeah. What is thinking according to you?
Prakash can open the chat to everybody. Okay.
Can you open up to chat? Oh,
I will ask them to open up. No problem. Okay. And I like to help them.
Yeah, very good, Mr. Pun.
Yes. Wait, let me see.
Creating. Thinking is creating. Okay, good answer. Anybody else? No, sorry. What else? What else is thinking? I want you to see. Only when you type, it means you're thinking. If you're not thinking, then you cannot type. So this is already beginning of learning. So I'm asking this question for a reason. What is thinking according to you? How do you think? If you ask you a question, if your children are easy, if your children come to you and ask, some of us very easy, we tell our children, go and think, go and think. Then the children turn around, look at you, daddy. How to think, Then you say what? Shut up, don't ask too many questions because I also got no answer. So now I ask you this question. What is thinking? How do I think? How do you think? Right. There's no wrong answer because when you are coming up with this answer, you are thinking. But what is thinking? I only so far got one, the rest not sure or don't understand my English.
No, I think so. It's coming to district. They need to open up. Prakash, can you open it up? Wait, let me open up the security part. Because we normally close it when people are speaking.
Okay, understand.
So someone like Bashir Ben Mansour said, creating, building, modeling, adapting, and adopting. That's thinking. Yosa from... yeah, I'm going to now get that chat to the security part. Let me just give you a minute.
Then you read out to me, what is thinking? What is thinking?
Okay. So there's another one who said, reasoning something for oneself. Okay, Miss Alice. Yosa from Cameroon said is acting. Thinking means acting. Then thinking Minachi said, cracking your
see a solution.
Yes.
Okay.
Cracking your head for something.
Correct. Oh, I like that word, cracking your head for something.
Yeah, this is from Minachi. And then Shanti Radhakrishnan said, giving a thought on what you want to say.
Okay, very good. There's no wrong answer. Everything is right. According to your current thinking is all past memories. Good. What else is thinking?
Okay.
So now you understand. See the different, you see, this is already thinking. Thinking is consciousness. Okay. So the rest of you are observing this. Now you notice everyone is thinking, but thinking is in their own ways. Why we have different form of answers? Why? Why every one of us are giving a different answer? Why you think? Why? Type in the chat room again. Why? Just according to, if you can't type, do something, anything, or write down somewhere. See, when you are working on your five senses, different mindsets. What is different mindset? Different experience. What is this different experience? What is different mindset in the new world? See, this different mindset, different experience, different background is all old school of thought. I come from the old school. By the way, I'm 61 years old. Yeah, I'm not a young punk, I tell you.
Yes. Same age with me. Okay,
yeah.
61.
So these are all old school of thought. Different mindset, different experience, different background, which is right. But in the new world, how do you express that? What you see, if you say, I ask what he's thinking, many of you gave different answers. The question is why? Good for you. You're 63, good. Think is making your mind work. Okay, very good. Now, let me now go into a little explanation of thinking. Now, why I ask you to ask questions? Because I'm sure all of you are entrepreneurs, you want to make money. If you want to make money, you need to ask different set of questions in your life. Write down this somewhere. The quality of your life is defined by the quality of your questions. You ask yourself, not others. The quality of your life is defined by the quality of your question you ask yourself. And that requires thinking. You cannot simply ask question. Because it's easy to ask other people questions. It is more difficult to ask ourselves questions. So that is why when I come into any of my training, it's not about me blabbing away. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I can say so many things. Yeah. But how does this benefit you until we get into a conversation so that you understand that I as a speaker understand how you process that information. So the first thing on thinking, it's not first thing like there's many things, but one of the things I want you to write down is, like I said, the quality of your question, the quality of your life is defined by the quality of your questions. You ask yourself, number one. Number two, what is thinking? Thinking is a process. Thinking is a process. There are 8 processes in thinking, but I won't go into that topic because that will take 2 days. Yeah. I'm just giving you a summary of thinking. The current results in your life, whether it's health, wealth, relationship, happiness, joy, is the reflection of your current state of thinking. Your current results in your life, happiness, health, wealth, joy, yeah, whatever is on your plate, it's a direct reflection of your thinking. If you are happy with your current state of the results in your life, health, wealth, happiness, joy, relationship, then good for you. Happy for you. But if you think, yes, good, but I want to become better, I want to have a better relationship with people, then you need to ask a different set of questions. Because whatever you're getting right now in your life is an exact reflection of the question. So the questions come from where? Like some of you say, just now what? Background. It is what we call as the 1 minute. Is the, well, where was I now? My dog is disturbing. Okay. Where was I just now? Yeah. The questions that you ask right now is based on the data that you have collected so far in your life. One more time, I repeat. The questions that you're asking right now in your life is a reflection of the data that you have collected so far in your life. And this data is ever expanding. That is the reason why what is right today can be wrong tomorrow. What is wrong tomorrow can be right 1 week from now. So there is no such thing as the ultimate truth. The only truth is the truth that you have experienced so far. Everything else is somebody else's truth. How many of you agree? Just show me a thumbs up if you have your cameras on. One more time, I repeat. The only truth is the truth that you have experienced so far in your life. Everything else is somebody else's truth. Now, what I'm sharing with you is also not the ultimate truth. This is the truth that I have experienced so far in my 61 years of my life. Tomorrow, I could be speaking something else. Because the data that I've collected so far is expanding by the moment. What was wrong yesterday can be right tomorrow, today. What is wrong today can be right tomorrow. So that is ever expanding. That is the reason why you need to ask yourself questions. The only truth is the truth that I've experienced so far. Everything else is somebody else's truth. So if I want to leave, so if I want to leave you with one message is keep asking yourself questions. The deeper questions you ask yourself, the better answers you get in your life. For every problem or challenges in your life, the solution is within, not somebody else. Every problems or challenges in your business, in your life is actually within. You actually, well, most of the time I qualify. Most of the time you ask other people just to validate. Now, I'm sure many of you also know people come to you and ask questions, but actually they've already made their mind. What is right, what is wrong. They come there, I qualify by saying validate. They come to you just to validate. Yeah. So thinking allows you to get the solutions, because what works for Dr. Maha might not work for me. What works for me might not work for Dr. Maha. What works for both of us might not work for, let me see, Dr. Nawar. I'm here, see one name, lady's name, Dr. Nawar. What doesn't work for me might work for her. So there is no such thing as one size fits all. We need, that is the reason why we must learn to think. And there's a new concept in thinking. You can Google this later and discover it further. It is called deep thinking. Many of you heard the word called thinking, but deep thinking is another level of thinking to find for the solution, because other people, to be honest, others can only convince you temporarily. The only person who can convince yourself permanently is yourself. Everybody can say, and you will say, okay, correct, okay, yeah. 2 minutes later, let's talk, let's talk easy, do and see. I'm sure you heard people doing it. I'm sure you have done it. The only person who can, the moment you truly convince yourself, nobody can stop you. You don't need convincing anymore. But in order to be convinced, you need to ask that questions to yourself. And if you can answer the question, then game on. Everything else doesn't matter. All right. So I have spent about 15 minutes. I was asked to speak for about 10 minutes. I've done 15. Anybody would like to ask question? I always a question man. I'm not the guy who, I do talking, but I like you to ask question. Now, what is thinking? Like I said, thinking is a process. You need tools. There are about 8 tools in the thinking process. I give you one summary version. It's called alternative personality thinking. Now, if you have a problem or a challenge, if you are thinking the way you always think, you will always get the same answers, same solution. Alternative personality thinking means, if I am that person, how would I look for this solution? If I am the wife, the husband, wife, always got challenge, right? Yeah. Common denominator for all of us. If I am the wife, why she act like this? If I am the wife, how would I do this? Yeah. And just a little, okay, I don't want to go in. I don't want to say the joke, but no need. My wife just came and sat next to me. So if I say this joke, I get in trouble. So I thought myself, don't share the joke. Okay. So anybody else? So the one, just summary, there's a practice to all these that we will usually teach, but just to stay with you is alternative personality thinking. So if I'm Dr. Maha, those of you know him long enough, if I am Dr. Maha, I have this problem, how would he usually address this situation? Example. Yes, and then you write down some of the things that he will do and what are some of the solutions that you are comfortable with, pick that up and start working on it. So that is one way of thinking. There's another 7 more. I'm just going to give you one, which is called alternative personality thinking, which is the best. I mean, I like the most because when I think the way I always think, I will always get the answers that I always had been getting, because that's how my programming is. That's in psychology, we call it conditioning, the way your mind has been programmed to behave in a certain manner. So you get the same answers. If you want to get something else, where somebody else's head, think like that person. Yeah. And then look for the solution. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Mr.
Like to ask questions.
You too, Kumar. Sir, thank
Yes,
you
sir.
so much. I'm going
Pleasure.
to get people to ask questions now.
Yeah.
Since we have time, simply because our next speaker is not available, so we are going to get hers. And people are asking a question here. Let me see the question. You also can read the question now, sir. I already put it on. Okay.
I have this question from Papua New Guinea. What about those who are blocking us from thinking differently? Okay. Good question. No, see, give me an example if you can. Yeah, give me an example so that I can give you a better solution. What about those people who are blocking us from thinking? To be honest with you, nobody can stop your thinking. The only person who can stop your thinking is yourself. Yeah, because thinking belongs to you. The way you think is because of the way you have been programmed, the data that you have collected so far in your life. Example, this fist of mine, this data is there. Whenever, now watch, I actually do this sketching and all that, but just a demonstration. Whenever an event happens, watch, whenever an event happens, you refer to this data before you make decision. Yeah? Whenever an event happens, you refer to this data that you have collected so far in your life to make decision. Now, how can anybody stop you from thinking? Ask yourself. How can anybody stop you from thinking? The only person who can stop yourself from thinking is yourself, nobody else. They may be able to influence you. Yes. They may be able to convince you. But end of the day, the final outcome comes from you. You are responsible for the results. See, I want to share this with you. You are responsible for the things that you do, and you're also responsible for the things that you don't do. Both you are responsible for. So that's why in my training, I teach everybody put up your fingers like this. I want to teach accountability for a moment. Yeah. I want to teach you the new meaning to the word responsible. So you must repeat after me and you must say, anything happened, my fault.
Anything happened, my fault.
Yeah. Anything happened,
my fault.
It means I take charge of my life.
Yes.
Anything happens, it's my fault. Many people, they have what? Excuses for their shortcoming. People who had excuses, people who succeeded, never had excuses. People who had excuses never succeeded. One more time. People who succeeded never had excuses. People who had excuses never succeeded. So it is not about other people. If I'm thinking like this, whose fault? My fault. Because many of us in the beginning especially, we think we are a result of somebody else. We are not the result of somebody else. We are the result of the programming that has happened. And that programming, one of the words I would like to explain to you as you evolve in your life is called acceptance level. Your level of acceptance. If other people are able to influence you and you accept that influence, and who is responsible? I am. Whose fault? Fault. Because I accepted it. If I don't accept, yes, I can listen to you like now. I talk to you, you listen, you have a choice. Either agree with what I say and accept, or don't agree and say he's talking nonsense and cut it off. So if we live by our choices, anything happens, well, my fault. Nobody else is in charge of my life. I am. And that requires the ability to think and tell yourself, I take charge of my life. Right? Anybody else?
Come, guys. This is a chance for you to ask a question. And I think that's a fantastic answer.
What I meant is classically in a company, you propose a new strategy that is radical. And from the operational level, CEO up there, they are in charge of the accounts and decision making is overlooking, in this case, what can he or she do? Yes.
Okay.
It happens in all organizations. Yes, Mr. Dr. Ma, you want to say something?
No. I know who's the person who's asking the question. And
Okay.
then, okay. So I always believe like this, blame game is a dumb game. Like you said very well just now, when you point the finger, 3 fingers are pointing back at you. Okay. And no companies, no organization can help us until we point back the finger at us. Okay. So you go ahead, sir. You wanted to say something.
No. What I mean is in a company, you see, the whole transformation framework is a combination of many channels. One is the mindset, the other one is the skill set. First, you must accept that I take charge of my life. Okay? And yeah, I'm responsible for it. The next is the ability to convince others with your ideas. That requires skill set. Many people have mindset. That means they are warrior mindset. Like, they go to motivation training, they become warrior. Yes, I will do it. Yeah. It's called crazy. He's like a warrior ready to fight. Give him a sword, he's ready to fight. But he doesn't know how to use the sword. So he go into the war and get killed. Yes, he's very passionate. Yes, he's very motivated. Yes, where is inspired. Now he has his sword in his hand. He's ready to fight. But he doesn't know how to fight. So it's a combination of mindset and skill set. Yeah, the how. Why is the purpose? The how. That's something that you need to develop. Because we all are different. People buy, listen, when I say buy and sell, not necessarily product. It can be an idea, it can be a service. A product A sold by me, sold by Dr. Maha, sold by another person, sold by Mr. Munyandi, different. Because we carry a different personality. The buying process is also different. Because people process information differently. So if I've got an idea, if I need to speak the CEO, I need to see what inspires him. What is the keyword that engages in his mind? What will lock into his mind? What will tell him, yeah, he's thinking like me. The moment the CEO accepts that you are thinking like him, he buys your idea. But he thinks, yeah, he's another executive. He's just thinking like an executive, stupid fella, wasting my time. So this is what happens most of the time. Because we are not able to think like a CEO. What you think, You maybe have a radical solution according to you. But according to the CEO, that solution will not work because there's so many other parameters that he need to consider, which you might not have. I'm not saying you didn't do it. I'm just guessing, yeah, that you might not have covered enough parameters against how the CEO would have done it. So that is something that this way thinking comes in. Remember, different people process information differently. So most of the time when we sell our idea, we sell thinking this is what's good for some people. This is what's best for the organization. What is best for you, according to you, might not be the best and the right idea for the other party. Listen, it is not important what you say. Write it down. It is not important what you say. It's important what the other person hears. You can say whatever you like. Yeah, it is important what the other person hears. If he hears according to what he or she like, game on. Even with the lousiest product, an idea. But the best idea, best product, it is in line, not in line with how he or she processes information, you lose the game. Because selling is a game. Selling is a mind-to-mind game. Selling is not selling a product. It's a mind-to-mind game. Okay? Any more questions, or you want to ask more on top of that, please feel free to ask.
That is why I love Mr. Yuti Kumar. He asks freely, he gives freely. And when I called him also, I wanted him to come from his heart. And very well, guys. Okay, somebody is giving here. I tell myself that I'm
in charge of my decision, not my mind. When I tell people the same thing, they don't get it, however I explain it to them. Could you share some light on it? See, I tell myself that I am in charge of my decision, not my mind. When I tell people the same thing, they don't get it, however I explain to him. Could you share? So whatever you are sharing, they are not buying. What you're, when I say what I say selling means not product, your ideas, your know-how, your knowledge, your opinions that you are sharing with others or you selling in others. And if they are not buying, that means you have not been able to convince them enough. In my training, I call it verbal Tai Chi. You must learn to align with people. See, people will all, the natural behavior of people is to reject you. To love, people love to say what? No. No means they don't tell on your face no. They just have a defense mechanism. So you must know how, instead of telling this person what's a marigold, instead of telling, you must learn the art of asking. Stop telling, start asking. I mean, that's another training altogether. I mean, I just give you concept. Maybe some of you are not convinced how but there's a process to this. So you need to ask question and you must, okay, today is not part of, ask question that will get you a definite yes. You must learn to ask questions that will give you a definite yes. Not even a maybe. Every question you ask, yes. Do you agree with me? Yes. Do you think I'm sure you like the organization to grow. Agree? Yes. When the company grows, we will make more profit. Agree? Yes. And we make more profit, we will be able to expand our business. Correct? Yes. So you must learn to ask the questions. Yes. It is not easy because many of us, if you practice this, you realize you are very excited to give solution. Never, in this situation, never give solution until you know the right time, provide the solution. When people are lost, they'll ask for solution because they don't have a solution. Now you're telling, they say, well, I also know lah. This I know. I heard before. Yeah. Yes, sir. I know, sir. Yes, sir. I know, sir. I heard before, sir. Yeah, I know, sir. Because in their mind, they seem to know everything. So instead of ask them, what do you think the solution should be? If I were you, what would you do? If I'm stuck in this situation, if you have 3 options, what was the number 1 option you will choose? Keep on asking. Then they have no more solution. They say, I'm lost for answer. What do you think you will do? Now you turn back the clock. Selling is a game. Mind to mind game, not pure mindset. Don't just be a warrior. A lot of warriors go to war and died and became statues. These are all called untrained warriors. Too many untrained warriors who died on the street. It is not about the fighting spirit. Yeah, you must have the fighting spirit. I'm not saying no. But fighting spirit alone will not take you anywhere. Fighting spirit will burn you out. You need the fine skills of communication, the fine skills of convincing. The techniques, yeah, you are right. But techniques alone not good enough. You must understand voice modality. Yeah, you must understand behaviors, personality behaviors. You need to, it's a next level, one by one. It's not just that you learn this, you go, no. Yes, you improve better, but as you go, you get refined. You become super good at this. Every 10 people you meet, 9 people, deal is done. And the more you learn this, you start to talk lesser and you start to listen more. In the beginning, you talk more, listen less. But as you develop the skill, you start to talk less, listen more, ask questions. You change the game. Right? Anything else?
Mr. Yutu Kumar, thank you so much. That's the beauty about you. You're a powerful speaker, and I know when you deliver from your heart. It flows. All the speakers were fantastic today, and your is the icing on the cake. And we'll work together, and I'll bring in like we have a local program. You see, today what we are doing for the last 6 years, we have made this as a very powerful career to help people. And tomorrow is Father's Day, and thank Mr. Yutu Kumar, even despite the Father's Day is also here, and also our founder's birthday. And that's why we had this special session. It's a free session we are giving to everybody. But of course, my friend Yutu Kumar and all that, I know how to take care of them with a lot of love and care. And one call they came, and that I really salute all of them. And Mr. Kumar, I'd love to, what you shared is awesome. We will work more together, and then we will go global to help more people. All right. So thank you, sir, so much for your time. I'm waiting for the founder to come in now, because we're going to celebrate his birthday also. If we can stay together, we will be good. Okay. And, guys, Mr. Ken is actually on the way to meet his mother. So he's trying to come in and go out because the line is quite bad. But anyway, any one of you want to, we are going to close the session. And any one of you want to wrap it up with 1 or 2 points that you gained today, and you want to thank all the people, you can do that now, because attitude of gratitude is always important, guys. We must thank the people who took their time to actually spend the time with us. And these are not ordinary people. Let me repeat you. They are here with 40 years, 50 years of experience, and is what spoke to them is their experience, guys. Remember, I began the session when I said, when I told y'all that there are only two things: BMI, MMI, and then AI. BMI is GMI. GMI means God-made idea. That's you and I. GMI means God-made idea. MMI means man-made idea. So if you want your God-made idea to work in you, then you have to work with a man-made idea and what is called AI, artificial intelligence. So GMI, MMI, AI. But whatever you do, like what he said, how you ask the question is very important. Ask and thou shalt receive, knock, it shall be answered, they said in the ancient time. But today it is more appropriate. And if you don't ask the question, you don't get the answer, guys. And many of us, we ask the wrong question, that's why we get a wrong answer. And then I like what also he said, you can be a warrior, you can be a fighter. No point fighting when you don't equip yourself with skill set. Ancient times, I'm talking about ancient times, I'm talking about 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it's all about mindset game, guys. Today is no more mindset game. It's all about skill set. How are you going to upgrade yourself internally? And that is the most important thing, because most of your mindset is being done by artificial intelligence. Most of the work that you need to do is going to be done by that. All the walking, talking, everything is going to be done by AI. Now, what am I supposed to do now? I just have to have skill set to connect with people, to communicate with people, and then we commune with people. That's all I need to do. And if I can do with someone here at home, I also can do with someone anywhere in the world. And the someone here at home is you guys. Okay, you. Okay. So while Mr. Ken is ready, I'm going to call Mr. Kit to share something on his behalf. Is Mr. Kit here? Okay, was here earlier. Okay, if not that, and I'm going to call Mr. Akbar. He's also a trainer from India. He's joined us. Let him share that point that he gained from all the speakers here. Akbar, sir, you can unmute and I make you a co-host. You can share quickly. Okay, go ahead, sir. While I coordinate the other thing.
Good evening from India. I'm Akbar Hussain. So first of all, I want to thank Dr. Maha for such a wonderful, superb, mind-blowing training session. So actually, I joined a little late. So, but actually, I feel very lucky to be a part of this training program. So the main thing we stressed is about the thinking process, how we think, how we make decisions, our past experiences, our mind thoughts, super wonderfully trained us. So we should stop talking and stop thinking and start asking. That was a very wonderful point I like very much. So I am responsible for my success and my failure. Me is who's responsible for everything in my life. So wonderful points, sir said. So I once again thank him for his crystal clear, very powerful explanation, wonderfully point by point explained in a very detailed way. I also thank Dr. Maha for a superb training session. Super life is superb. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Akbar sir. You see, today is a world of trainers, and today is not a world of motivators, guys. Today, people need training and coaching and guiding, and I see a lot of people like Mr. Yutu Kumar. When I asked him to come and share, it was short notice, yes, because this idea prompted by Dr. Edwin, and then I wanted to work with people, and this is our first session. Super global forum, and we are going to do more of this session where we interact with other powerful people, and then we upgrade ourselves. Today, simple people are becoming ample. Ample people have to become simple. That's the game plan, guys. You cannot sit behind and say, I'm ample, you come to me. No more. I am ample, I go to you, and I give you my love to you, my care to you, and I don't have to worry. I become simple now. Simple people are becoming ample because of the artificial intelligence. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can become successful now. I repeat, any Tom, Dick, and Harry can become successful now. Okay, so we are coordinating the next session, the final session. Let me call one more person, Mr. Apon. He's our local hero. So he is going to share. He has got a lot of experience in insurance and very various field. Let us hear from him. He's a Malaysian Thai. Okay, and he's my good friend for the last 30 over years. Mr. Apon, you can share. Wait, I'll make you a co-host. Okay, Mr. Apon, you can share now.
All right. Good day, all of you. Thank you. First of all, thank you, Dr. Maha, for organizing this meeting. Thank you, Prakash, for the emceeing. Okay, today out of the 4 speakers, I meet 2 friends, 2 new friends. That is Mr. Maniwaran and Maniwaran and U2 Kumar. Okay, the other 2, Dr. Nawa, my friend in insurance 30 years ago, and Dr. Edwin, I was with his father, Professor Dr. Anand Krishnan, many years ago. All right. Thank you very much, all the speakers. A lot of new info that I got today. Like lizard mind, we used those days we used to say, talk to yourself. Self-talk is very important. Thank you for that, Mr. Maniwaran. Yeah, thank you very much. Rumban Nandri. All right. And then Dr. Nawamani for the LNP, neuro-linguistic programming. This is very important, especially for the parent to talk to the children, how we want them to be, better person. All right. And for as far as IT is concerned, artificial intelligence, I learned a lot today from Dr. Edwin. Okay, I was with his father at that time. He was a young man. Okay, young boy now already. You have learned from him. Yeah, thank you very much. And for U2 Kumar, the thinking is the process, right? Those days, Dr. Maha used to tell us, think until it's hurt. Okay, think until it's hurt, because in the question there is the answer. Okay, selling is not about telling. Selling is about questioning. We got to listen more. That's why we are given 2 ears, only 1 mouth, you see. So that's why we have to listen more, then we speak less. Because selling is not about telling. Selling is about questioning, about listening. All right. With that, thank you very much for the opportunity, Dr. Maha, and all the speakers. You are wonderful person, wonderful people. Thank you very much. Rumba Nandri, thank you, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Apon. You're my good old friend, and been following me for some time. Okay, Mr. Ken is trying to come in now because he's visiting his mother. So he's gone to Malacca, but he's definitely coming in now. And guys, while we are waiting for him, let me tell you why I called Mr. U2 Kumar a master thinker. I like to give titles based on what I see and personally feel them. And I've been seeing him, he has been only focusing on one thing, that how to think. And he has mastered the game, guys. You see, we come in life. Today, I just want to share with you all. This morning, I shared in Facebook. I said, anyone can ditch or pitch. Ditch means you don't want something, you can ditch. Your lizard mind, you can ditch it. Or anyone can pitch. That means you can sell anything, any idea to get what you want. If only you know the difference between that guru energy and God's energy and you energy. If you know the difference, or if you know the connection. If you know this 3 connection, then you know there is a powerful energy in you. It's not an energy outside of you, but it's inside you. And that energy is waiting for you guys. And that's the reason why when Albert Schweitzer was asked in 1962, the year I was born, the way Mr. U2 Kumar was born, and Nawa said 1963, the year she was born, maybe that time everybody was in the thinking game. And Albert Schweitzer asked, what is the problem? When he was asked by a journalist, what is the problem of mankind today? He said, mankind don't think. This was in 1963, 61 years ago. Mankind don't think, that's a problem. We just follow, we just do. And then we end up somewhere in problem, then we regret. And what happened? And that is what brought all this problem, guys. The pandemic is supposed to be a realization that we are not using our thinking capacity, even though we have a breath. So we were made to shut our mouth and then go inside our home and sit down and think until it hurts. And that thinking is what changed a lot of people within the short period of time. It's not anything else. We must thank the Creator because he saw the pain in so many souls around the world. So many, I don't even like to use the word soul. Then you all go and sit somewhere and know he's talking about spirituality. No, guys. It's all about human beings suffering. The 65 of you here, during this pandemic, I was asking myself a question. The pigeons didn't suffer. The crows didn't suffer. Only humans were suffering. And when I walked outside to grab food for my family, because only we were allowed to go, then I asked myself, how come these guys didn't drop down and die? What is the thing? And I asked my nieces, one is a medical doctor and the other one is a veterinarian. Then I asked the medical doctor, how come animals are not dropping down and dying? What is the distinct? Then she said, yeah, I also asked the same question, uncle. Then Then she said, I asked my sister, who is a specialist in the animal thing. She said, animals got a special this thing given by God, so they can fly. Then I say, if such a God is not fair, if we are supposed to be higher than higher species than them, then they are supposed to be lower species. How come they got special, we got no special? Says, yeah, something to think about. Huh? Then I said, the question is, we also have, but we have forgotten. We have forgotten that we have. Because why? Too much of worldly thing. Too much of here, we have forgotten to ask the right question. And I thank Mr. Yuti Kumar for bringing at the right time the right thing. I didn't want it to tell him because then I will be tailor-making him. I wanted it to come from him. And he's a speaker. See, trainers are trained on specific subjects, but speakers can speak from any subject. As a speaker, I know that. That's why I know he will definitely give me a best this thing. There's another lady, very dynamic lady like Dr. Nawa, is Dr. Janani, but she apologized to me because her training session is dragged a little longer. So she said she will join me in another session. Okay. Let me see if Mr. Lai has come in here, then I can call him in. Okay. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay, he's about to come in. In the meantime, I'm going to call one more person to share on what they gain. Okay, anybody want to volunteer, you can volunteer. Okay, no question is right question, no answer is right answer. And one of the biggest thing that you need to do, guys, overcome your lizard mind. And then when somebody calls you, just share. All right. I'm going to call Ms. Zarina from North India. Ms. Zarina Khan, you can share on what you feel about the session. Okay. I see Shanas Khan also here. All right. Zarina Khan, you can share. Okay, Zarina Khan.
Super life is super.
Yes, life is super.
Really very wonderful session by Yutu Kumar. I would like to thank Dr. Maha sir, you organized this wonderful session. And today what I learned. So many things learned, but I tell only one thing. Selling is a mind-to-mind game. And whatever happen in our life, we are responsible. I am the responsible. So it is a great thing for me today I learned. And how to ask the questions depends quality of our life. The most wondering session which struck my mind. Thank you very much, sir.
Most welcome. Okay, from ordinary school teacher, she has become a global player during the pandemic because she sat down and she asked the right question. And today she has earned herself the income, guys. You see, I'm not saying that you all should come here. We are not here. It's a game. We are here telling people there is a lot of way to do it. If you find the way, the right way, diversification and globalization is the name of the game. Diversification and globalization name the game. If you are in a locality, find something that you can do to help people, guys. We are here today to help people. We have come here to only one reason and one reason only, to help as many souls as possible. And if I can do that, then I don't have to worry about myself. Okay. I have Miss Hilda here. So Miss Hilda is from Uganda, but staying in Malaysia. Miss Hilda, you can share. Quick one. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. You can on the video or no, you can share. No problem.
No, my background is busy, so
okay, no problem.
Audio.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Dr. Maha. Thank you for this opportunity. I would love to thank everyone on this platform who has presented to us, all our speakers. You have really done a very great job. I have learned a lot. Yeah, actually, I've learned how to communicate, body language, how to respond. I have learned how to train my mindset on certain issues, and I've learned how to use a few of our new apps like AI. And I'm still learning more. So I'd love to encourage everyone here to just be consistent on every training that is being put out there in our groups. That's all I can say for now, Dr. Maha. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Super life is super.
Super life is super. Okay. And guys, You know, that is the beauty about this business. Like what Mr. Yuti said, it's not about others, it's about you. Okay, if you have to respond to you, the you within you, all right? So one more person is here, I'm going to call, hopefully you can share. And I can see him here, Mr. S.D. Sami. Mr. S.D. Sami, sir, you want to share something? You can even unmute your video also. Can you share, sir? Otherwise, I will get Mr. Ruben from Sri Lanka. Okay, Ruben Viswalingam. Okay, well, Ruben Viswalingam, you are from Sri Lanka, right? Okay, you can share. Ruben, are you there? Some of the places they are not able to unmute, guys. Okay, so let me just see one more person, then I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, just give me a minute. Mr. Ken is finding difficulty to come in. He's showing me because he's in the road where the lines are not very clear. Okay, I'm going to call Mr. Yosa. Okay, Mr. Yosa is from Africa. So Mr. Yosa, you can share, sir. Mr. Yosa, are you able to unmute? No. Okay. All right. Minaj. Okay, Mr. Minaj, you can also share because some of you guys are finding difficult to unmute. I got a message here from y'all. All right. Can I have Mr. Minaj to share something before we go? No. Okay. There's some problem here, Vina. Miss Marigold, you share.
Hi, sir.
Yes,
Good
go ahead.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Super Life.
You introduce yourself, Marigold. You introduce yourself, where you're from, and then you chat because I know you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, my name is Mary Robinson. I'm originally a Nigerian, and I'm based here in Malaysia. Okay, so I've been in Super Life for a while now, and I'm happy that I found it. So thank you to my introducer. And regarding this, I want to say, awesome job done, Mr. Maha. Once again, you've outdone yourself for putting this together. So I have, from where I joined, I have learned that, you know, body language does matter a lot in our business, and we have to understand it, that it could be through also our feelings, right? If we are able to pay attention to our feelings sometimes, then we can be able to control our body language as well, regardless of the response that we are getting from the opposite person. And another thing is, which I always talk about, learn. AI, it was mentioned again, you know, and before here, I was just learning a couple of things even before the program started, that I was carried away. AI, we cannot do away from AI. I love Matrix, the movie, and I know Dr. Maha loves it as well. And when I speak about this particular scene, he would understand it when Morpheus found Neo, and he said something to him. He said, imagine a movie of 1999. He told Neo that AI was going to be the future. AI would be used in the future, and it would be as though we humans who created the AI will be dependent on the AI, that if we let it, they will take over, and we would be the people who are now under their control. And today, what's happening since the pandemic and now, AI has really taken over. and it's about to rule our world in whatever way, whether you want to accept it or not, it is here to stay. So the best thing that I've learned, even through Super Life, is when something is inevitable, you learn to adapt and to be one with it. So if you've not thought about AI, then please give it a shot, because that's where our business is going and your privacy is intact. They don't invade your privacy, like, you know, the speaker said. He was absolutely right, as compared to, you know, your typical social media platforms and all that. So, and I asked the question, you know, I purposely did that because I wanted to share also what I was learning before the program came in, and the speaker, I wanted to, you know, help other people to learn what I just learned. And when I asked that and the speaker answered, he was on point, absolutely on point, when he says we need to ask questions and questions to get the answer that we expect from the prospect, without having to make them feel pushed or are forced or coerced to do something. Because I believe a person convinced of their own will is of the same opinion still. So they have to make the decision themselves. And I was just learning just a couple of questions to, you know, better my business and to better the way that I deal with prospects. And what I found out was amazing. Just permit me, Dr. Maha, to share, because I know it will also help one or two persons, right? So the questions that I actually sat down and I wrote down were, when I start with the prospect, I can just ask simple questions like, I am not sure. But then you ask your question. So the person gives you a straightforward answer. Nobody wants to be seen as not being open-minded. That's when you ask the question, I don't know how open-minded you are. If 100 people are in a room, if you ask that question, 90 will want to justify themselves that they are open-minded, which gives you a way for you to, you know, talk to them freely on, you know, their own accord, right? And the other one is, what do you know regarding our business, Super Life? So I'll just ask, okay, what do you know about Super Life or about network marketing? That makes them to give me straight answer. You know, like, oh, instead of coming to argue with me, I used to do that in the past. You know, you tell the prospect about your business, and then they start to argue, like the speaker said, that they will feel like they know more than you. So they want to argue with you. But when you ask them such a question as, what do you know about Super Life, or what do you know about network marketing and its benefits? Then if they don't know, they will let you know immediately, and then you can have a good atmosphere as well to explain. So many questions like that that I just came up with, and I said, let me try to see if I can justify that. And from what the speaker said, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely justified. And I'm glad that I love to learn. And when Dr. Maha talks about learning, just keep learning. And Ms. Betty, this is for you. About AI tools that you can use. There are quite a lot that can help each and every one of us to do better copywriting or presentations, you know, or designs for video and all that. So you can try the ones that I've tried. Of course, everyone has mentioned the ChatGPT. Okay, there's also the one that's called Writer. It's spelled R-O-Y-T-R for writer instead of W-R-I-T-E-R. And there's the one that's called a Copysmith. For video, you can use Lumen 5. You know, you can use Hyperwire as well. And those are just a whole lot. And you can try Jasper. A lot of them have free for life plans, and some have just like 7 days trial. Then you can use the 7 days to try it and see if you like anyone, and then you can pay for it. But they have saved me a ton of time and helped me write even better. That now when I write to prospects, right? At least the rate that I get replies and I'm able to connect with more people has really, really increased, right? So these are the things I want to share, and the speakers have also taught me a lot of things that in my own perspective, I'll say is to even tune them, fine tune them, sharpen them even further than they are, so that they will benefit me just as a person, that I can translate that as a whole to a prospect and get my desired result. So that's what I have to say. That's what I have to share with each and every one of us. And thank you so much, Dr. Maha, for this time to share. Super Life, life is super.
All right. Thank you so much. Super Life, life is super. That is how we learn, guys, and how we apply. And she has shared with you openly how to do that. Okay, one more person I'm going to call, then we're going to wrap it up, guys. You know, we collectively, we thank the founder for the session. I'm going to wrap it up shortly. I'm going to call one person. This person, Mr. Benjil, you can quickly share. Okay, Benjil Manso, you can share sir, from where you're from, and then you can share. You can unmute and share. Benjil bin Manso. Are you able to share? Prompted by Dr. Akbar. So sometimes their lines are low, they're not able to share. Okay, are you able to share? Okay, no, I think so. They are not able. That's why I saw Yosa is able to unmute. Yosa, you can share. Go ahead, quick one. Just introduce yourself, where you're from, because for others to know. Hello. See, the line is bad. I can't hear you. Yeah, go ahead. But we cannot hear you. You take off the headphone. Speak directly. Your headphone sometimes will be the interference, the wire connection.
You hear me? Is good?
Yes, loud and clear.
Is it good now?
Yes. Excellent, sir.
Yes. Okay. Good morning for all of you. It's a pleasure to me to be and sharing with you people. Here is the daytime, and what can I say? Today I learned a lot, and thank you people to keep motivating us, give us the line to push our business here. Thank you very much. Super life is super.
Super life is super. That is Yosef from Cameroon, guys. Okay.
Yes.
So people are growing everywhere in the world. Thanks to the artificial intelligence, we are connected to everybody in the world. Today, learning is not a one-man show. Learning is not a one-country show. Learning is not a one-county show. Learning is anywhere, everywhere. Okay. So thank you. And let me now put myself and come to a landing, guys. Mr. Ken is trying to come in, but the line there is quite bad. So I understand. So let me now just wrap it up. I thank each and every one of you. Let us now type in the chat box to thank all the presenters, especially from beginning from Mr. Maniwannan, the lizard mind, and then Dr. Nawa on a child. You know, the child, this thing is we are children, adults are children who are longing for a mother's lap. Children are adults who are wanting to cry to the mother's lap. Remember that. Don't think because you're old, you're not a child. You still want your mother's lap. So you must understand everything begin from there. In Tamil, we say, what started in the cradle will go to the grave. In ancient Tamil word, they say, what started in the cradle will go to the grave. So you have to remove that part all, and you need to learn even child and NLP. You need to learn alchemy in NLP. That alchemy in NLP, Miss Janani is an specialist in that, but she's not able to come in now, but I'm going to bring in the next one, guys. You see, the moment I offered the super group forum for other people, there were already 5 people who already now who want to join also the next one. So I'm going to bring in the next one soon, and we are going to make this a monthly affair, and so that we can enrich ourselves, guys. Okay. I'm sorry, sir, I can't speak now as I'm on the train. Okay. Many people are listening from different parts of the world, different places. So guys, let us wrap this up. and with one thing in mind. Artificial intelligence is artificial intelligence. Don't confuse. It's not going to take over the world. It's going to work with you. It's going to work with hand with you. But you need to upgrade yourself. You cannot sit in one place and say, this is my life, whether you like it or not. We are not no more in that game, guys. If you cocoon yourself in one place, you're going to die, and your next generation is going to die because of you. Your responsibility is not for this lifetime. Your responsibility is for next lifetime. DNA is something that you created because from you, your past generation DNA came here, and then from you now, if you don't change the DNA, it's going to continue the same. And that responsibility is yours, guys. Don't think that I make money, I get the car, I get the house, I'm happy. That's not our life, guys. Kadi, Madi, lady, we call it Tamil. Kadi means car, Madi means lady. Kadi, Madi, lady. Lady means spouse. So whether you're a guy on this thing, you need a spouse for a good house. But whether that is your life, no, guys. Because in Maslow's hierarchy, go and Google Maslow's hierarchy of growth. Now Maslow's hierarchy artificial intelligence version also is there. Maslow's hierarchy is everyone needs food, shelter, and clothing. The ancient time that was taken care by the king, so that you can express yourself in something good. After that, you get something that you want to contribute to people. Then you go higher and higher. There'll come a point you need to realize yourself, self-actualization. I started my speaking career with one concept called self-quest. In fact, I want to bring back the concept. Self-quest means a quest of yourself within yourself to find who you are. And today with AI, you can do it with wonders, guys. You need to learn AI. You need to learn all that so that you can quest yourself better. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. The word que sera, sera means everything will happen whether you are there or not. It's not depending on you. The world is not depending on you, but you are depending on the world. So I have to be on a quest on myself. The word quest means Q, spiritual truth. I have to find my spiritual truth. Nobody is going to do that for me. And if I don't find the truth in me, then if I go back and I complain to him, then he says, I sent you the same place to everywhere. There are a lot of people came back and they learned so many things. What were you doing? Oh, I took care of my mother, I took care of my father, I took care of my grandmother, I took care of this. That's not your work. For every child that's born, I've already created for them everything. For every seed, there is a need. But greed comes into picture. That's not your job. Your job is you have the light energy, light purpose. Have you found that? Have you come back to me with the light form? That is the question you're going to be asked. This is nothing to do with spirituality, nothing to do with religion, nothing to do with this. It's a fact of life that we need to come to understanding. Today, you can Google and check anything. You can even ask ChatGPT, what is my purpose here? Then it can also answer you. That's what you need to do, guys. And how does it give you the answer? Algorithm of all human feelings around the world. And it's a PA. Google is for you to go to the next slide. ChatGPT is for you to enjoy this slide. Have that in mind greatly. I want to enjoy this slide, I need ChatGPT. I want to enjoy next slide, I need Google. So very simple. So let us work together, let us build together. I take this opportunity to thank our founder, Mr. Laitaken. It's such a bad thing that he could not come in because of the line factor there. He has been trying, he sent me the picture all. So anyway, let us now take them together and say happy birthday to him, because that idea that GMI, God made idea, human being, founded this idea that came from the universe. And then he gave us MMI, man-made idea. And some of us worked on the idea, changed our life. So if it is to be, it's up to me. If not now, when? If not this, what else? If not who? And I also thank, first time in the history of network marketing business, we're able to bring in outside speakers without any issue at all. So I must thank the network marketing industry people, Dr. Nawa, and then Dr. Edwin, and then Master Yuti Kumar for coming open voluntarily to share. And that's where it shows that network marketing industry has evolved now, guys. I also must thank one lady. When I started this game again, to come to this live again, I went for one meeting to find out how to change my life. And that lady, Maria Rufina, who's the best friend of Dr. Nawa, and who's also the sister of one of our leaders that we know, Mr. John Brito. And that lady was giving a talk to a group of businessmen, and I was listening to her talk as a student. And she said, network is God's work. She has never done network before. As a trainer, she was telling, network is God's work. And I tell you, I took that very seriously in my mind. The word network today has evolved another way, guys. Natural energy of truth, work with your own natural energy of truth, NET, and then worship King inside you. That is network. Then network is God's work, means I work with the God within me and I connect with other people and work with them, guys. And our system only wants 2 people. It doesn't want a lot of people. And moment you set yourself right internally, your vibration will work and then the network will start. So network is God's work, guys. Thank you so much for your time. I'll pass you back to Prakash to wrap it up. Let us wrap it up. Let us have a good time. Happy Father's Day for every fathers. We must thank Superlife because Superlife has changed many people's lifestyle, including mine, to have a better Father's Day. I must thank Superlife because through the founder, it gave us that, and it happens the Father's Day and the founder's birthday is on the same day. So always be thankful for the person who gave us, guys. Never curse the opportunity. Your purse will always be empty. I repeat that. The universe will be watching whether you're cursing, more curse, less purse. Never curse. Number two, opportunity is coming to you every moment of now. Today you came here, there is an opportunity for you to learn. And through all the speakers, we learn a lot, guys. And that is also opportunity. Any opportunity comes, grab it, guys. Robert Kiyosaki said, anybody below 30 years old, don't work for money. Work for opportunity and learn, upgrade yourself. I'm telling you now, anybody, as long as you're breathing on earth, don't work for money. Work to learn, to unlearn, and to relearn. Work to unlearn, relearn, and learn. Okay, that is what the world is going on now. The more you learn, the less you lean, and the more you lead. Who? You're not going to lead other people, guys. You're going to lead the guy within you, and the guy within you is you. You go deep, think hard until it hurts, and then deep within yourself so that you can enjoy Father's Day better, you can enjoy life better, and you can give yourself to other people better. A candle burns itself to brighten up a room. Why not you burn yourself to brighten up the world, guys? Super life is super with lots of love. Dr. Maha signing off. And because of the response you all are given here, normally for forums like this, when I do physically, I only want 25 people so that I can interact with them better. But today we have almost 60 people who came and stood until the end. And that shows Superlife has evolved. Superlife has become a very powerful career path. And don't worry about who goes where. That's not your business. Stay here, stay put, and make a life out of life. Superlife, guys. Superlife life is super. Upon sorry, Prakash, you can finish the session now for me. Are you there? Yeah.
I'm here, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
I'm sure you have been, I'll be in the ocean of bliss now. Okay.
Correct. In fact, I was thinking, before that, thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody, every single souls that present today, everybody that joined our session today. So much so we will learn today, all right? And I can see from beginning, Mr. Epon was taking notes, and I believe all of you have done that. Okay, you have taken your notes. Everything is nothing is free. Nothing is free, all right? The speakers come here to give their energy, and you guys are here to give your time. So we are exchanging everything, and then so we make use of everything, right? So we're in this wonderful place and I've learned so
Prakash,
much.
one moment.
Yes, sir.
Brainstorming, because they say the best talk you give after you finish your talk, you drive your car. Now I want you to, I will go into a system and clear the clouds problem. I want you to upload this video immediately so that people can use this as a selling tool on why they should join Superlife. It's not just about product, it's about upgrading themselves. And we're going to use SGF is one of the program that people can come. So this will be a very powerful tool for us to attract people also. So tonight is that you need to do that for me, Prakash. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Sure, no problem, sir. No problem. I'll do that. Okay, so
Yes.
guys, I mean, like from beginning, we have been seeing people are like sending me the messages. Please share the link, the recording of today's session, so it will be made available. You can check on my YouTube channel, and then which I'm going to share in the group later, right? So if you want to, my channel is just Prakash Arumugam on YouTube. You can find me. And thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Maha, for arranging this wonderful, beautiful session. Right? So many of us, in Malay, they say terutang budi, right? So really great to you, and appreciate your effort here. Okay, I remember we spoke here about this about a week ago, and that time it was just a tinkle of idea, and today we see the result. Okay, it's so huge, so big, and so appreciate. Love all y'all. I'm Prakash Arumugam. Thank you for being here. All right. And yeah, thank you and happy Father's Day to everybody. And wishing a great birthday to Mr. Lightek Ken. And yeah, life is super. I'm going to unmute everybody and grow together. Like what Dr. Maha said, we're going to have these sessions every month. So you can join here, right? To come out of the box and think and get everything that you need. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Super life. Happy super.
Bye. Life is super. Thank you.
Life is super.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Jabu. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you, Mr. Ron.
Super
Thank
life,
you,
life is super.
Love
Life
much.
is
I'll message you.
Okay, okay.
Happy Father's Day
Guys,
to all
let's
the
do this
Father's
more.
Day.
Bring in more of your friends.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to all fathers.
I want you all to blast this in
Thank you, guys.
okay? Blast this in Facebook.
Okay,
Guys,
we'll
blast
do
this in
that.
Facebook also.
Okay, sir.
So that more people know
All
what we are
right.
doing. All right?
Thank
Right.
you.
This
Well,
time,
life is
life is
super.
super.
Happy
Take care,
Father's Day.
Happy super.
Bye.
I'm going to end now.
Life is
Bye.
super. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.